Wait, can I see the kendama real quick?
Yeah.
No product placement.
Oh, wait, let me one more try. Okay.
You can tell you got the swag.
Yeah. Oh, no shit. Oh.
All right, we're good.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Welcome
all
back
right.
to the 2.5 Hippies podcast. My name is Alex,
I am Jack.
and then we have Reed back here.
Glad to be back. Thanks for having
We're
me.
gonna have to have you talk through there. This is where the mic.
Glad to be back.
There we
Thanks
go.
for
I
having
can't
me.
even hear you guys, but I assume that sounds fine. So
No, it sounds
how's
good.
everybody doing? Yeah, so Wednesday night right now.
Dude, Charlie Kirk.
Dude,
man.
don't get me started. I don't want to get into politics anymore, but
I
that's a
know.
wild situation. Rest in
Well,
peace to his family, obviously.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, regardless of your political opinion, dude, like, it's just terrible.
That's awful.
I
Yeah.
do-
And this is the day before 9/11, which is also like we're already kind of like
Yeah.
preparing
sensitive
ourselves to
time.
deal with that again. So yeah, it's just a lot of stuff going on in the U.S. But we want to kind of distract ourselves, talk about a little more fun, a little more uplifting
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the point of this podcast.
That's the point of this
Escape
podcast,
from the-
escape from the world. We're just out here to have a little fun. Before we start, though, what?
No, never mind. Let's get
What are our thoughts on Week 1 NFL? Do we have any?
Dude, Packers look real.
Packers might be the contenders in the NFC.
Packers look real. Micah Parsons looked great. I mean, the Bills and the Ravens. I want one of those teams in the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah, I'm sick of the Chiefs.
same. And honestly, I know you're an Eagles fan, but like, and they looked great too. But I don't want them.
I don't know.
there
They looked a
either.
little sus on
What about
Thursday.
Pittsburgh's comeback. That was
Rod-
good.
Rodgers
Yeah,
actually
how did
looked
that
good.
defense get 40 points scored on them? That's supposed to be
I
the
don't
best
know.
defense in football, and they get
One of
their-
them, at least.
Yeah, well, that's a little disappointing for
Jets looked good. I thought Justin Fields looked good.
me. 4 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
No,
Did
no.
not see- the run game's kind of insane with the Brees Hall and Breland Allen in the backfield.
I feel like the NFL took notes from last year because I don't know if y'all remember, like weeks 1 through 3 was kind of a slow start. We didn't get a bunch of bangers.
Yeah.
It wasn't like banger after banger after banger, like where they I think they heard the commotion from last year and they responded with like 6 or 7 divisional matchups week 1, and just some bangers like Bills Ravens week 1. Like
Dude,
what
that
the fuck?
that Vikings game Monday was great.
I was with
Insane.
Nate, who's a diehard Vikings fan. Dude, his emotions were like a roller coaster, man.
Yeah.
He was ready to leave the house. He
I
was
went on a-
pissed. He was like, "I'm done with this. I'm ready to go home."
I went on a walk at halftime, and I was like, yeah, like, it's looking like the Vikings are not going to do it. And then next thing I know, I checked the score, and I was like, holy shit, like, came back,
JJ McCarthy's that guy.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to lose in my fantasy because I'm like, okay, he's not giving the ball to TJ Hawkinson or Justin Jefferson. Am I really going to lose to Harry? This is really.
Dude, I got screwed. I got
Dude, you might have the best team, honestly.
144 points, and I lost.
How ironic is that you had Derrick Henry, who had one of the best games, and you ended up losing just like Derrick Henry in real life.
Yes.
That's a little sad.
I just want to add, I scored 2 less points than you, and I had a player throw up 0, and they were projected 17 points.
Okay. It's just week 1. We
I just want to say that.
I only scored 105 points, but I still won. I
you
got a little
go.
lucky.
I had 22.
If I
on
went
the
up against
bench.
anyone else, I would have lost. So, it is what it is.
Who'd you go up against?
Harry.
Oh. I love that.
Yeah. But
Oh.
what? Oh yeah.
That's what when he heard who you were going.
I love that.
Okay. While we're live on the pod, are we looking to make any trades right now? You guys want to trade me with anyone?
No,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I got rid of Yoshi Vosh, so
Yeah. Who did you replace him with?
I don't know, like Tyler Lockett or somebody.
That's not bad.
Ideal, but
That's not bad.
probably gonna get a few more reps.
Yeah. We still got next week. I'm excited. This Thursday tomorrow. It's Packers versus Commanders, I think. I believe so, and that's going to be a fun one.
I got my third option. I targeted Calvin, Austin.
Good one.
That was a good one. He had a really good.
He's
week
gonna
one.
because last year, like towards the end, he was kind of killing it in a couple games, so that might happen again.
And I feel like
especially Aaron
DK is
Rodgers
going
might
to
have
get a lot
bit
of
resurgence.
attention, and he's just going to be open a lot.
Yeah,
He's a smaller guy, but Tyler Warren could be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he looked good.
mm-hmm.
He did look
He's
good.
built like Gronk, bro. He's like
Dude,
6'9".
Who is that? Dude, Bill. Bill looked
Bill
good,
looked good.
dude.
Best
Is that the
rookie.
running back of the Commanders?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's his real name?
I don't know.
Jacory Merritt Krosky or something.
Yeah.
It's
like
just
that.
confusing because there's so many damn Bills in the
But
NFL.
no. The reason why they call him Bill is he was in an interview. He just says, "Just call me Bill." Like
Because no one can pronounce his name. It's
Exactly.
actually kind of funny.
Just call me Bill.
Yeah, the rookies as a whole all kind of showed out week
Not
one.
Genty.
I mean, hey, dude,
That's
got
just
a
one game.
He scored a touchdown.
That's just
with
one
a pretty
game.
weak O-line. Like, as a fantasy pick, I'm happy with him. He'll get a lot of reps. CMC, I have him in my other league. Looked great. I was stoked. He didn't
Everyone
score a
thought he
touchdown.
wasn't even gonna play.
Yeah, I'm all here for it.
Yeah. I'm happy with Keon Coleman. He was a late rounder. I think he might be a top 10 receiver this year.
For sure.
We'll see with Josh Allen. Dude, how about that comeback with the Bills, man? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever seen anything. Like, it was like 10 minutes left or something like that. He was down by 15. Everyone, like, even like the Bills audience was all, or like all the stands they were all leaving
Clearing
too.
out.
And then what was it? Josh Allen's like, they can do what they want, but have a little more faith next time. He was like kind of throwing a little bit of shade
For sure.
to the Bills
For
fan
sure.
base.
Put some respect on the reigning MVP's
It's
name.
And
Sunday
probably-
night
honestly,
in a working man's
I'm
town.
gonna say right now, might
Do
be
not
back-to-back.
throw
Might be
shade on the
back-to-back.
Bills'
Well,
audience. I don't blame them. It's week 1. Maybe we're in week 9, and maybe I'm gonna stay throughout. Maybe we come back. It's week fucking 1.
But that's one
the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is up 2 scores. I have work in the morning. Yeah, I don't blame them.
I
It's
blame
week
them a little
1.
bit.
I
I blame them a little bit.
I
Have a
would
little
not throw
faith
shade.
next time. I totally
No.
agree.
Hey,
There's
dude,
no loyalty
I
there.
do not blame them
honestly,
in the
like,
slightest.
if we can have games like that, like, I don't even care who
Honestly,
wins.
I just want
Like,
something
I just
competitive.
want
I love
more football
competition.
like that.
It's almost better going home and hearing, "Oh fuck, we won!" Like
No.
no, dude.
No,
watching
you have to
that
stay alive.
live
You
is-
paid
yeah.
$400 for a ticket
Oh,
and you
they
leave
didn't.
early. Just beat the traffic. I'm taking your fucking Bills fan card away. Like, there's no loyalty there, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I mean, God, even I know we played the Saints and whatever. And
You're
it
both
was-
Cardinals fans?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
mean, like, there was a
It's a
couple.
good win.
There was a couple little sparks there that were exciting. A lot of connections with McBride. Harrison
Got a
looked
touchdown.
Good. He
Harrison
looked
looks
good.
great.
He looks huge.
Trey Benson. I like Trey Benson a lot.
Yep. Yeah.
I think he could be the
was-
RB1 eventually.
I agree. James Conner looks like he's lost like half a step.
Yeah. Except that touchdown, that little like shovel pass they had to James Conner was really
He's
cool
still
too.
going to be savvy. At the beginning of the season, James Conner said, "Me and Trey Benson are both going to be RB1."
That makes no sense, but sure, we'll let it be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I understand the mindset. Like, we're not like in competition. We're a team. We're trying to be in there. Like,
We're
that's
both
good for the
RB1.
morale of the
Bro,
team.
all right,
Absolutely.
you want to talk about a dual running back game, and I'm so right. I drafted him in both leagues. He's literally part of one of my team names, Zach Charbonnet.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
tell
Well, their
me
run games are really,
that-
really
no,
sus though.
But tell me that Walker didn't look like shit,
He looked like shit.
and Charbonnet looked great.
They used him in a lot of plays.
I that's what I saw at the end of last year, and everybody was giving me a hard time for drafting him like a little earlier than others, and it was like, no, dude, like he's a damn good running back.
I'm happy. Yeah,
I'm
no.
stoked on him, so I think that's going to be a fun thing to watch. Calling it now, he's going to finish at least top 10 for RBs.
That's
my-
interesting.
that's
That might be a tiny bit bold, but I
No,
like it.
I don't think he's going to finish like top 5, but I bet he's like 8 to 10.
In my work league, I
some
luckily
round.
hand-capped. I did draft Walker, but I was able to get Charbonnet way on the back end.
So you got both. So whoever's doing better that week, I guess you're gonna put him.
Well,
Their
it
run game is
sucks.
just not
Bro,
excellent.
Evans and Egbuka was a pretty good, like,
and that's not even with no Godwin too.
no Godwin.
And they still have McMillan, do they not? Or is he on a different team?
Apparently, Emeka called the shot on his touchdown. He said to Baker like the play.
Babe Ruth it.
You know he did.
Babe
no,
Ruth.
no,
I love
he,
it.
no, he said to Baker like blah blah blah. This corner has this blown up. I will score. I will and
He
boom.
looked great. I mean, I
And
was so happy
Hearing
having him on
Baker
my team.
Baker said he's the one of the smartest players he's played with, and he's a fucking rookie.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Did you? All right, this is super like, I can't think of the right word, but not really relevant to football playing. But I listened to his favorite TV show, movie, album,
Yeah.
and like he's a smart guy. Like he
Yeah.
likes shit. Like
I mean, he's a damn good football
said-
player.
Shawshank Redemption or Good Will Hunting
He's
is
got
his
class,
favorite
okay.
movie.
He's got
Okay,
class.
those are classic answers.
Breaking Bad.
Perfect.
favorite
Little
TV
cliche, but I
show.
got it.
What was his album? That's a good thing
I'm
to
blanking on
discuss.
the album, but I remember favorite cartoon, Enter the Spider-Verse, or
That's
There's
that's my
another-
favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, you and Harry. Harry loves that movie.
It just like it's better. It's the best by far because all the Spider-Man movies are good, but I feel
Tobey
like it's
Maguire, Spider-Man.
hearing-
that's
hearing the-
clouded by
That's the
nostalgia though.
best.
They're like if you
Nah,
look
the
at it,
second one
take
is
this
so good.
take nostalgia away. It's a little goofy. I mean I get it's a comic book movie,
Oh.
but there's a lot of things that
it was
kind of
Michael
like
Jackson
what.
was his favorite artist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He goes, I'd been listening to him since I can remember.
Well, he's
Yeah, I mean,
22, so like.
I've been listening to him since I could remember.
Yeah, I
that
was
Michael
gonna
Jackson
say.
number ones, like
That's a good thing.
yeah.
Like he was spent before he was even a twinkle.
Yeah,
in his-
no, he was dead years before that kid was alive.
Yeah.
So like,
musically.
yeah.
He died
And
when
his
he was alive.
reputation was probably dead when he was listening to him too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, for most of our, I mean, that is the tragic thing about these controversial artists, right? Is like, and I think we talked about it a little bit last time on the pod too, like XXX, right? Like,
Beats his wife.
dude, like I was not a fan, and I like refused to listen to his music because all I had heard was that, and then he dies, and I'm like, okay, and then a couple of his songs start, like I think "Sad" went like more viral on TikTok,
Yeah,
and
that
I
song
went
went
down this
number
rabbit
one.
hole, and I was like, holy shit, right? Like, and it, I mean, Michael Jackson, like you can't take away what he did with music and that he's the king of pop, right? But then like there was this huge like lull of, he got
The years before he
the
died,
Disney
people
ride
forget.
got canceled, and then like he's like kind of just like fading off, and
He
everybody's
was a
like,
joke. Like
Yeah.
for a long like before he died, people forget. Like he was like I think the
lot of
death
things
kind of
so.
changed
for sure,
the whole like
For
narrative
sure.
of his story.
100%.
And-
Like one that's sad is like or they're all sad, but like one that was super sad was Mac Miller because he was like still like in kind of his prime. Like
He was getting there.
was-
I think he was entering his prime personally.
I mean, he was. I think he had already kind of established himself as like a very,
I thought he coulda gotten
an
better.
A
He was only
A
getting
I
better
think
here.
those deaths are very different because some could argue maybe it was an assisted suicide with Michael.
Yeah,
Not
that's
argue.
true.
It literally he
Yeah,
went to jail for
the
it.
doctor. Yeah, the doctor.
He
did go to
straight up
jail for
was.
that.
And he,
Yeah.
it was
Well,
pretty-
what was interesting is right around that time too, a similar thing happened with Heath Ledger, where I believe I don't know if it was if he went to jail, but I'm pretty sure the doctor that was prescribing his medications like at least was in the hot seat for a little bit.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think there was in the early 2000s we're kind of wilding with pills in general.
Matthew
like-
Perry's another example too.
Yeah, that shit was
that's a really
crazy.
bad one because they're literally showing the text of him saying like taking advantage of making money off Matthew Perry selling him like really dangerous drugs that eventually killed him and yeah, it's really fucked up what these doctors are doing.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we?
Yeah, so that's good enough here. So what we're gonna do 2 album reviews. The first album we're gonna review is 1977's Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. Do you know what number album this was?
Yes. I just looked it up. It was like
The
I want
11th.
to say 14th.
You're close.
11th.
11th.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out because I was like, is this like their magnum opus? Which like I kind of think I think it is, right?
It is.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, it's probably album number like 3, maybe 4. I had no idea.
There was a
they
bit
had
of an
such a large
explanation
discography.
why, because they were an English band first off, and Stevie and Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham
Yeah.
joined relatively late, and when they joined the album, they released another album self-titled, and it was almost like their reintroduction.
Yeah.
Because they were mostly big in their hometown in England, and I think they became they crossed over into American audiences with Rhiannon and like those songs. I think "Say You Love Me" was also a big hit too. But Fleetwood Mac was kind of like their reintroduction to an American audience. So in some ways, it kind of is their second album. I kind of view the Fleetwood Mac album, which is the one with Landslide, and this kind of like
And
Cam-
Rhiannon, or no, that was a different
so
album. right?
no Rhiannon's on this
Yeah,
album. So
okay.
this album, the one Fleetwood Mac self-titled, and this kind of like
A
like,
rebirth of the band.
in a way,
It's a
rebirth, and they're
reshuffling
kind
of-
of like companion albums where like you kind of have one with the other. I couldn't tell you a single song before these albums, and I don't know if they really were memorable like that.
Another, I think a more companion album. I don't know if we did mention it, that Hunky Dory and Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars were written in the same summer and recorded in the same summer.
That's true too.
Months apart, and one was recorded to be like an alternate, or for more of like an album play, and the other one was for live performances. So Ziggy was like all the songs that would kill playing it live with a band in front of an audience, where Hunky Dory was more
artsier in a way, like
studio.
Even though Changes ended up being like
one of his biggest songs.
The biggest song.
So I kind of want to ask you, because this was your idea for picking Rumours. Why did you pick this album in particular?
I was just thinking of like super influential albums in general, and I think we were talking. It was at the fantasy football draft. We were talking about just like good albums to review. That it's like, and I would argue maybe there's just 1-2 skips on this album, but like for the most part, it was like, okay, we should review an album that's renowned from, a time period before us that's still respected and has a popular, list of songs on it. And then let's do something else that's a little more modern that maybe we grew up with that's so different, right? And like, it's probably a super hot take, but at the same time, it's like I'm not 60 years old. Like, I'll bang Channel Orange all day over Rumours. Like, I still love Rumours, but I mean, like, I think for me, at least from an influential standpoint, and maybe it had to do with the time frame of when I got to get into Frank Ocean and that whole thing, like that was incredible. And I almost got into, I was pretty well versed in, classic rock, even during that time, but I didn't really get a bigger appreciation for Fleetwood Mac until like almost the end of high school. And like I was really into like the Stones and the Beatles and, Aerosmith and all these other ones like middle school. And, I knew some of the classics, but I remember like kind of almost going back and revisiting, Rumours and Fleetwood Mac's self-titled album and, really kind of being able to appreciate it a little more as I was older. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this album, like for coming out in 1977, I think it sounds great.
For sure.
It sounds great. Like you put on The Chain or Dreams or like even like Secondhand News, like these songs sound very timeless.
Yeah.
And I like,
Title track?
No, not the title track. Secondhand News is the opening track, which is honestly one of my favorites.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
You think that sounds timeless?
Why? What are your thoughts on Rumours?
I don't know. The vocal doesn't sound super timeless, but I don't know. A lot of the others, I agree with you that it is very timeless.
Like Dreams, how many people still listen to Dreams? Like,
Dream. I'm pretty sure at least a couple of years ago, Dreams was the most streamed song on most major music platforms. Yes, it was probably because of that like Mexican guy riding a longboard on TikTok with the cranberry juice. But yeah, I mean, but that just goes to show you too. I think like that's how you know a band is like we call it timeless, right? Is literally 50 years later, right?
Yeah.
Like several generations later, or several whatever you want to call them, right? Like they're finding this and they're like, wow, that's great. Like that's something that is special. And I'd like to think in a perfect world, Channel Orange, at least some of the songs on there will have that same influence. To be honest,
how is it? Of course,
because like to be honest, I was going through
the entire R&B genre will get.
I way more than Blonde. Like I might like Blonde
better,
but the timeless aspect I think is way in Channel Orange's favor
for sure.
And those songs will go on for.
I think as a real like more R&B focused album with like a little bit of like different electronic nuances in it. I thought Channel like
alternative R&B.
I was revisiting that before this like just a few hours ago to like really take a deep dive into it, and like it was kind of hard. Like the top like I think like 8 songs that I had ranked on there, it was like you'll hear which one my favorite is, but there was like it was a very large discrepancy in I would say like the 5 of the top 8 songs, because it was like, well, like there's certain days where I really like these or those. And then super off topic, but it's kind of tied into Frank Ocean. I replayed GTA 5 last year.
Really?
And the best, like, how when you're driving around, there's like the radio station.
Yeah.
And then there's the Blonde radio station.
Wait, is there really?
Yeah, it's called You're Listening to Blonde. And so it's
Are
like,
you serious?
Yeah, and it's got some like R&B and hip hop on it. But first of all, like you want to talk about a game that was so ahead of its time, right? And so it was interesting because it's not just Blonde songs and there's other R&B and hip hop songs on it, but then they also have like, for example, Crack Rock
That's
is great, right?
my
And that's on that radio station.
No
and so
shit.
that's a song that I didn't really listen to a lot when I was playing that album like frequently. And then here I am playing GT5 like doing crazy shit, and I'm listening to Crack Rocks in the background, and I'm like driving through like Los Santos, like doing whatever, and it was like so perfect because I was like through the little part of like Compton in that, and it was
I know it's supposed to be a sad down tempo song, but you can hear how much fun it was making that song. Like there is still some like
that ending
fun,
part where he's
fun
like
beyond-
300 catch shot. It was like crooked cop, dead cop, 300 men. I think that's my favorite part of the song. Hearing him like go off on the vocals on that shit.
But I feel like the whole concept is kind of hilarious. Like I don't know. I feel like he's having fun. I know it's
a really dark song
I was
about
gonna say, it's a pretty-
someone
but
going through
I
a crack
agree.
addiction.
I
and,
like the like the breakdowns when he's like, I don't have to ask for much. Like when they're like doing that, there is some like parts in there that get it up going. But yeah,
it
that
sounds
it
like
is
an
it is a
upbeat
tough
song, but it's definitely about like very like
dark.
it starts off like very depressing, sad, and then it crescendos into this like kind of like almost like laughing in the face
It's
of like
funky.
addiction.
It gets funky. Like the bass comes in like
I
pretty.
love that drum pattern.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right, well, should we do?
Going
Rumours?
going back to Rumors. Are you guys familiar with like the backstory with this? So essentially, this album came out right when Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham were dating. They tried to actually do joint albums together before they joined Fleetwood Mac, which didn't do that well. And Fleetwood Mac had like moderate success, but they weren't like once they all joined together, that's when like this lineup like kind of like put them into like international superstars. So during the recording of this album, Lindsey and Stevie broke up. John McVie and Christy McVie divorced, and Mick Fleetwood also divorced his wife. All these happened while they were recording this album, so you could kind of hear like the bitterness a little bit. But it's kind of funny that you would think that like what was going on behind the scenes would come in really like a bitter album. There's a lot of uplifting songs on this album.
For sure.
It's a
Yeah.
very positive album. You hear even like a song like Go Your Own Way.
Yes.
Like
That's just what I was thinking.
that's not like it's about a breakup, obviously.
yeah.
But it's like almost like a hopeful type of
Yeah.
breakup. Like Go Your Own Way. Like it's almost like has a positive outlook. It doesn't. There's no type of bitterness. I'm sure you get like some bitterness and like maybe The Chain or something like that. But like Don't Stop is a very uplifting song. Like Secondhand News has a little bit like there's it's a positive album for something they were. So like the whole like legend behind this is that there was a lot of fighting during the album. The recording, a lot of tension.
A lot of
So
heartbreak.
I really want to see like I wish there was a documentary or like some sort of like behind the scenes of this. It'd probably be like crazy amount of drug. I don't know if it exists. It probably does. But yeah, and there was a lot of drug use during this album, which it comes with every album.
It was
But
the
like
late
that's
70s.
yeah, that's something that they like to push, like a lot of drug use, a lot of. So I think personally, that's what makes this album so legendary, knowing the drama behind it and kind of like studying what was going on before, not only with the great songs, but that kind of like added on to the legend.
100%.
Personally, I think the front half of this album is like banger after banger after. Here, I have the track list here,
Oh,
but
perfect.
banger like Secondhand News, incredible. Dreams, literally like this. Like I don't know, the back half is good, but
The Chain carries in the back half.
I love the
For
Chain.
Oh.
I love You Making Love Fun because
Gold
it's got
Dust
like more.
Woman? Is that not one of the?
It's good.
It's can be.
I
annoying
ranked it
times.
lower than.
Yeah, it's good.
I was
but
looking
there's
at the
better.
other ones and
Like my least favorite are Songbird is like a little slow. I'm cool with that. And then Oh Daddy is the only one. But like I don't
like
want to know is a
Songbird at
banger. The Chain might be the best song in the album. And then Go Your Own Way, obviously, Don't Stop. Like Never
Yeah.
Go. So the story of Never Going Back Again, from what I've heard, is that it's like Lindsey Buckingham recorded 4 different takes of him playing the guitar. And apparently they basically just put all 4 of the takes together. So that song is literally impossible to play on guitar because it's like 4 different.
4 tracks over themselves.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If you listen to it again, it's kind of like, what the fuck?
So
That's
you're a
kinda cool.
Buckingham stan.
Yeah. I mean, I think the 3 best songs on the album are Go Your Own Way, Dreams, and The Chain. You know, I do have to say,
Yeah.
like the 3 most popular ones, I don't even really know if there's a right order. I think notoriety-wise and, like, as we said, from a timelessness perspective, I mean, Dreams is going to be the most elite, right? It's the most basic. It's the most well-known. But that song's phenomenal.
It's so good.
And,
it's so
like,
good.
you know, I think some of the cool, like, slide, like, guitar riffs that, like, bring it all together, some of those, like, smaller nuances throughout that song are what really tie that song together. And then, like, you know, for me, like, the chain is just, like, so, like, it's almost like folky. Like, it's very, like,
there's a lot of folk influence. There's a lot of country influence in this album, and like traditional rock. I love. It's kind of crazy saying this in a song from the '70s, but the beat switch on that song is insane. Where you go duh, 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 and that part kind of blows me away. That instrumentation. I think I sometimes I just skip to that second part. And it's just like I just want to listen to that on repeat. That shit's amazing. My personal favorite song is "Don't Stop." Don't Stop. Like I said, uplifting, very very catchy, very poppy. That song is so good to me. I feel like I could listen to that. That's my favorite song in the album. But obviously I'm gonna go with what you say. Dreams, Go Your Own Way. Like the thing is, this is one of those albums where it might have the overplay might have gone to me. Like I feel like I've heard this album already without listening to it.
Yeah.
Like I've heard Dreams so many times growing up, and
well, it had a recent revival. Like I think with the re-blow up of Dreams. I think obviously that song, you know, we talking about Mr. Brightside or these other songs that are like transcend generations for the people that like, you know, for generations that rediscovered it or, you know, I've been through it once or twice. It's like, like I don't want to hear this again. Like, but at the same time, I think the blow up of Dreams also revived the whole album, which in turn helped people appreciate some of the deeper Fleetwood Mac songs too.
Absolutely. And I was a little confused because this album cover and then the Fleetwood Mac self-titled, the covers look so similar that I really thought that Landslide and Dreams were on the same album. I was like a little disappointed that they were on different albums because those are like the two iconic.
Yeah, well, hey, I will argue that probably my favorite Fleetwood Mac song of all time is Rhiannon.
That's not a bad
love
pick.
That song.
And I told this Nabong when he first told me this. I was like, I honestly think Fleetwood Mac self-titled is better than Rumours.
I can agree with that. I do agree with that. It might be hipster, the hipster in me saying that.
Plays.
I think the influence of this album is like
and the stories, like the drama behind it. I think carries it a lot
behind it. But like, I don't know. I love like a fucking. This is a good just like play.
The reason why is this album, like if you look at like Rolling Stone's top 100 albums, this album is always like number 5 or number 6.
Well, that's because of Dreams. Like,
you think it's because of just Dreams?
No, I think
like this is a really good listen.
The Chain is like a very very popular song.
And Go Your Own Way.
Go Your Own Way.
Yeah, there's a lot of good songs.
A lot of songs.
But Dreams has a lot to do with it. I will say
for
that.
Sure. Well, that's you know, I would say Rumours is a magnum opus for albums, and Dreams is their magnum opus for songs.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it's your favorite or not, like same thing. Like with the Killers, like Mr. Brightside is probably not even in my. It maybe cracks the top 10 for my favorite Killers songs, but like to the average music listener, you know, it would be an ignorant thing to say.
I don't know if you know, he said Mr. Brightside, that's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, isn't Dreams a one-hit wonder too? Honestly, my personal favorite Fleetwood Mac song is actually Gypsy, off one of their weaker albums.
I do like.
I know because he joked it off, but he seriously said that.
Because I had my explanation. I told you it's a song that transcends generations. If you don't listen to Killers, if you don't know their discography, there's a chance. I kind of equate it to Creep by Radiohead, where people who don't listen to Radiohead are probably just going to know Creep. I mean, if you know Paranoid Android or No Surprises, maybe.
No Surprises. I was going to say, no, I think also Radiohead, especially with like TikTok loops and songs that are on TikTok, I've been hearing a lot and I love it.
Maybe because you're already a Radiohead fan and the feed's going to feed you Radiohead,
well,
maybe?
Yeah, no, I'm a huge Radiohead fan, so
it's a positive feedback loop.
Well, okay, wait, you know what's funny is right before I pulled in today, what came on in my just random shuffled songs was, it was a pretty hardcore one-hit wonder, Marcy Playground.
Sex and Candy?
Sex and Candy, baby. That song's great. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
That is a good one.
And I was like thinking about it. I was like, this is like up there for like
one of the best
hardcore one-hit wonders. Like, you know, I don't even. Can you name a single other Marcy Playground song?
I don't even know who they are, but I know Sex and Candy.
Yeah.
See, that's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I think they had one other.
Yeah, see, a lot of these one-hit wonders have that like second hit that like people may or may not remember, but they're mostly largely remembered for that one hit.
St. Joe on the school.
If you know A Flock of Seagulls, everyone knows Iran. But there's some people who might know Space Age Love Song, which is a great song, by the way, might be better than Iran. But a lot of those bands are kind of like that.
Yeah. I think probably the one that still just reigns true for ultimate one-hit wonder is Come On Eileen. Right?
Yeah.
Dexy's Midnight Riders, like R.I.P. Good run.
Right
Good
Said
run.
Fred.
Short run. I think
Did-
like
did
3 or
you
4
say
albums.
that?
Which
Right
one?
Right Said Fred.
Well, that's like it's not a good song. Like, come on, are we really saying that's like, Come On Eileen is a phenomenal song. Like, I don't care how old you are. I don't care what type of music you listen to. You put on Come On Eileen, Come On Eileen.
Yeah.
Even his ridiculous voice, like, it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. Have you seen the music video? They're ridiculous outfits. He's
Yeah.
wearing like
It's-
overalls and
It's
shit.
super over the top.
Yeah.
But
Song.
yeah, it's very
it's like-
80s.
It's very 80s. All right, should we get into the rankings?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do a draft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so we're gonna draft 3 songs each.
Okay.
Since you're the guest, we'll have you start. We'll go
Okay.
here. We're gonna do a snake round. So
right,
we'll let
well.
you go first on
right,
Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
I think you guys know what I'm picking.
Yeah,
Pick
probably.
Dreams.
Dreams.
You pick
Good
Dreams.
Yeah.
All right,
The
I'm gonna
right
take a
pick.
personal favorite of mine. I'll take Don't Stop.
Oh, I'm wide open. Go your own way.
There you go.
You can go another one.
Let's go. The Chain.
There you go.
Yeah,
You just won the
so-
draft.
No, I mean
gotta
you
get 2 of
guys,
those
you
3.
guys get the hits. Give me the deep cuts. Give me the deep cuts. Give me Never Going Back Again.
That's a good one.
The guitar,
I
yeah, the
wanna
guitar
do
is
that.
insane. That's like if you're a guitarist and you ever try to learn that guitar, you're gonna get pissed off like that. It sounds easy, but it literally is impossible.
I'm going to go secondhand news.
Good one, and then you got one more.
Well, you guys say you don't like Songbird. I guess that's a little more of a bummer.
You could have it, man.
Yeah.
Take it. Take it.
Well, you've
dude.
kind of
Take it
convinced me
away.
not to. I might have had that ranked a little high. And you picked Don't Stop Already?
Yep.
Take it, dude.
Never Going Back Again.
I already took it.
All right. Damn, you are doing the deep cuts. Fuck. And I was just saying I don't like Gold Dust Woman that much. Yeah, Gold Dust Woman, I guess.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't think you were gonna take that. I was waiting.
Wow.
For
Oh,
that to
I'm
be
torn
the last one.
between 2 songs. Give me I Don't Want to Know. Stevie Nicks got a rep. I think she's. Well, go ahead.
You make loving fun.
Yeah, that's an easy one because the 2 songs I don't like are Songbird and Oh Daddy. I don't like Oh Daddy at all.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this. The songs that are written by Stevie Nicks are Dreams, I Don't Want to Know, Gold Dust Woman, and then on the first one it's Rhiannon and Landslide. So in my opinion, the real genius behind this album is Stevie Nicks.
sure.
And she's obviously the one that people remember.
She's the George Harrison of the group.
Yeah.
I think she's the star because she's the one with the solo career, right? Like who knows
Yeah.
Lindsey Buckingham's solo career?
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
I
I'm
don't-
just saying batting average. And
Oh, her batting average is ridiculous. Like all the songs she wrote, all iconic as fuck.
Yeah.
So that's Rumors. Should we move on to? So let's take a bit of a break and then we'll move on. Because this thing, it slows down. Like it doesn't like sync up with the sound perfectly. So I like to take a break.
Technical shit.
Yeah.
Let's just take a break. I'm gonna take a
Yeah,
piss
yeah,
real quick,
yeah.
and then we'll get back. So let's go ahead and get into our second album.
All right.
We're gonna talk about this Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Ugh.
I'm gonna kind of tell you my history with this album. I was there when it came out, so I was like already. I was big into iTunes, so like I was already like looking at like the album spotlights in iTunes, and that was one of the albums that was big on that. And also, I was already kind of into Odd Future. I knew Yonkers. I knew like those guys. So kind of hearing like Tyler and Yonkers and all that shit, and then going to Frank Ocean, like what a drastic 180. You know, like, well, I don't think people took Odd Future. I think it was popular with like the young kids, but I don't think like people took it like their
Well,
music
he
that
He
seriously.
went solo with that, no?
Who?
That wasn't really tied to. Odd
No,
Future,
yeah, it
though.
was Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean had another solo album before that.
Yeah, he had Nostalgia Ultra.
Yeah.
But like, you know, everyone associated with that's how people discovered Frank Ocean was either through the Kanye album,
Yeah.
the Kanye Jay-Z album, or through Odd Future. That's how I discovered Frank Ocean, and also through the iTunes. But just hearing like how like artsier and how like groundbreaking this out, and I didn't understand how the groundbreaking at the time. I just liked the songs I liked. I think the songs I initially liked were Thinking About You, obviously, Super Rich Kids, and then Pink Matter, because of Andre 3000. I was already listening to Andre.
That song's
crazy
great.
verse.
Yeah.
But this is one of the first like albums of my lifetime that I remember being like a cultural moment. Like it was like a couple months before Good Kid, Mad City at the time. But I remember when this album came out, I was in the Philippines when I was listening to this album.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was my grandparents' 50th anniversary. My cousin was showing me some of the songs on the album, and I was just like, wow, this shit's incredible. So like, I don't know, just I didn't really listen to the whole album until like a little bit later. I was just mostly into those 3 songs. But like, I don't know, it's just so good, man.
What started it for me was Lost. I don't even remember where I heard Lost, but I remember thinking that little like whatever like synth or the little do.
It's like a
and
whistle.
then like the way he like came in like just very, because that song's like almost kind of sexual, like in the
a lot of this
beginning,
album's
where he's,
sexual.
like,
I mean,
talking
Pink Matter is
about
literally about
super
pussy.
sexy.
big full
Sexy.
breasts and like
Yeah.
you know his buttercream Versace shirt, and I was like,
Like
oh,
Sierra
this guy's
Leone,
pretty
like,
swaggy.
Yeah, the storylines. Yeah, like
His songwriting's ridiculous.
Yes.
I think that's about like a
ridiculous.
stripper trying to leave a place.
The
or
imagery,
something.
like
For Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It was
Or
you know,
again,
lost in the heat of it all.
So when did he start? So you first discovered that song, and then did you listen to the album from beginning to end, or?
Yeah, so like it went Lost, and then it was like I remember Super Rich Kids was like
Ooh,
on that.
I still think that.
and
might
I
be-
remember at the time, like, so Goblin had come out a little bit before.
Yes.
Right, and then like everybody was preaching like, yo, this kid Earl Sweatshirt's like the real deal. Like, you think Tyler's good, like Earl Sweatshirt's bars are better, right? Like, obviously test of time, obviously Tyler's the biggest one from that
I
group.
don't know. There's an argument there.
No, there's not.
You don't think
Earl
so?
has bars though.
Well, Earl has
Doris
bars.
is- Doris is a
I'm talking
banger, bro.
straight who became the most famous. Like,
Famous wise, but who became
sure,
better? There's an
yeah.
argument. Rap,
I
no.
don't know. Tyler the
Tyler's-
Creator's been doing it a long time,
And he's on a
got a
streak.
good, and like I love Tyler the Creator, but he's also like, it's a very certain mood I need to be in to listen to his music. Like,
Chromacopia was so good. I love Chromacopia.
yeah, like well, I just remember hearing like Earl on that song, and then him combining with Frank was so great, and then I want to say like, let me
Close
see,
your eyes and you can't imagine.
like
Some of his rhyme schemes is ridiculous. He's like MF Doom-esque with the rhyme schemes. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, I saw him live, like pretty early on. It was like when I was, you know, beginning of college at like one of those like music festivals at Rawhide.
Who?
And he came out, Earl Sweatshirt.
That's
and
what I thought.
he came out with like one of those like little beat looping pads, and he created all his own beats and was like freestyling
Really?
over it. Yeah,
It's really cool.
And like even Chum, like he was like making the.
I
like,
love that
dun,
song.
You know who did
dun.
something similar? Matty-On.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Well, he's
he-
a DJ. Like I would expect that.
But what he does is he puts his whole setup facing the crowd. So all his pads and everything. So he's actually like reaching over something to play. Like
That's insane.
Yeah,
And
well,
I-
I know like Flume and like Fred again do similar stuff too, where they're like doing some of the production on the spot.
By the way, Earl was only 18 on that album.
Yeah.
17, 18.
What was
on
their,
Infinity
uh,
War.
yeah,
Adult Swim show
Matty-On
was,
was
like-
16 when he made Pop Culture.
Really? That's crazy. Fucking
Yeah.
prodigies, man.
Yeah, you know Pop Culture, right?
of course.
His where he plays
yeah,
like
yeah.
here's 39 songs I love.
Yeah, no, I think. Well, what was the TV show? It was like something.
Loiter Squad, dude.
Loiter Squad. Yeah.
It's like their
Well,
Eric Andre show
people
or
were
something.
that was like, you know, early 2000s or 2010s.
2010s.
Yeah, where people were like, everything had to be like cat embroidered and like super like random like obscure things.
That was part of the Odd Future brand, I felt.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is so it was like kind of this weird like, you know, flog gnaw, like all this
A
kind
lot
of
of early Eminem. They remind me of a lot of early Eminem, like that goofy kind of
They
cartoonish
made
type.
shit. They fucking did shit.
They did everything. They were making movies. They were doing shows. They were producing their own music. They had their own camp. That's why Odd Future was a hell of a movement.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Like
That's why Frank Ocean
might
was such
be
a
held up
standout.
there-
The fact that he was so like regarded. He was Grammy nominated. I don't know if that
raw-
matters.
why
to
is
you
it
guys.
always
talent.
these collectives throughout time?
I mean, they don't have collective now. Who's the big collective now?
No, I'm just. Well, hey, we might not. It's might not be Paramount now. Who might be but like looking back at throughout time, like Odd Future.
That's the biggest in my
you have
generation.
Pharrell and his.
I mean, dude,
squad.
Beatles and Fleetwood
yeah,
Mac, like those are great examples.
Yeah.
Those are
Beatles.
collectives,
Yeah.
right?
Fucking Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
NWA.
NWA.
Like,
But they were big, like they got big off the internet. Like they had no affiliation with like these big name, like they might be industry plans. I don't know for sure. But
who?
Odd Future or Frank Ocean. I don't know. They could be because he was signed to like Def Jam already by the time this album came out. And I think a lot of their albums were independent.
See, we don't know the connections behind the scenes.
Yeah, we don't. Industry's plan is kind of like people throw that word out a lot.
I also think it's easier to like get big when you do something like super different and out there, right? Because people are gonna respond one of two ways. Or they're gonna be like, "I don't like this. This is fucking weird," or it's like, "I don't know if I like this. This is weird." Like I remember the first time I heard Yonkers, and I was like, "What the fuck am I listening
loved it.
to?"
Well, I loved it.
When
when I
like
heard
the same
Yonkers.
the same year Yonkers came out, or if not the year before, Frank had a piece on Watch the Throne.
That's true. No, it was around the same time.
So Frank had
But
been
people
in,
don't
Frank had been in the industry.
Yeah,
He was on Jay-Z.
I heard Beyonce like really
Well,
liked
like,
him.
let's be real. He's the only like actually super talented, like straight up musician. Like
Sure.
the rest of them are like kind of rappers. Like maybe they want to dabble.
There are a lot of beat
R&B.
makers. There's
For sure, but like if we're talking like straight
musicians.
like talent, I guess I'm just thinking singing versus like rapping.
Steve Lacy.
Like
Steve Lacy was kind of affiliated with Odd Future, and Steve Lacy is a Frank Ocean baby. I think. Frank
wait. Not to get off topic. Did you see what happened with David and his car?
Who?
Who's
Do you know David, like the singer? Like he does like Romantic Homicide.
Oh, you're talking about the one who did
David?
Feel It? This guy?
It's like D4 VD.
Yeah, he's like.
Dude, did you see what just happened with his fucking
No.
car? So apparently he was on tour, so he has like an alibi. But somebody stole his car like within the last week, and then they found the car with a fucking body in it. Like within the last like 10 days.
That's wild.
And,
I'm
like,
just reading this right now.
He had no correlation because I think he's like touring abroad or some shit. But yeah, his car was stolen like 3-4 days before it happened. And then a few days ago, they found the car with some random body in it. So like pretty wild stuff. And then what's interesting too is I actually saw David. I saw SZA a couple of years ago, and he was.
SZA's
blowing
another
up.
Frank Ocean baby. I think she was influenced by Frank Ocean,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Like the whole R&B genre, they all took a note from Frank Ocean.
And to be fair, like as they should, dude. Like I think he like honestly like kind of did pave the path for modern day R&B, and I think
She made it more sing rappy. Like I know
Yes.
for me, I mean, do you think he took a little from Drake?
dude, you know me on Drake. I think
for every-
everyone takes something from Drake that came like because at the end of the day, you look at the influence Drake has had in the time he's been. To be honest, the real influence, which it's different. Like Lil Wayne is like
Yeah.
kind of the real like
And Kanye,
even
obviously. You got to
honestly,
throw in Kanye.
Birdman. Like I don't like
Yeah,
Birdman,
maybe.
but his
Yeah.
influence in the background was pretty huge.
Absolutely.
But
I'd say
Jack
for every
doesn't like my
Frank
take.
Ocean and modern R&B, there's also Rihanna.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
with-
like those like over singing
I
type
get-
R&B.
I get
what's
some
the
like
album?
I get
I'm
some
blanking
later
on the
Marvin
album.
Gaye vibes from Frank Ocean. A little
Interesting.
bit. Little like
Yes.
less soft. Because Marvin Gaye was relatively.
Because he's not a
soft.
strong singer. He could fucking sing his ass
Frank?
off. If he wa-
Frank Ocean.
No, he could. He could sing
He's
his
a
ass
strong
off.
singer.
But like a lot of it's like really subdued. Like it's almost sing rappy, right? Like
No.
he doesn't.
I
You don't
think
hear.
Frank
You don't
Ocean
hear
has an
like
incredible
struggling
voice.
and diving. Like he's like sort of rapping but singing. He doesn't like invoke his
maybe
voice.
in
so-
certain
like you hear
instances.
like thinking about you like a tornado flew. Like he's just kind of like singing rapping. Like I don't know. I hear a lot of like sing rapping type, like almost like melodic rapping in a way. Like I don't hear like this over singing. Like I'm so used to R&B, like Usher or like D'Angelo, like these crazy like vocals that like are like empowering.
Oh, he
and
lets
shit.
it shine through when it needs to.
Yeah.
like,
He does, and that's what I think sets him apart.
And I'll
like
die.
he-
I'll die on this hill that Miguel has a better voice than Usher. I think Miguel has such a good voice.
Miguel has a great voice.
Yeah,
I do like Miguel's voice.
No, yeah, I see where you're.
who uses more autotune?
Probably.
We're okay. I mean,
Usher,
I've heard Frank use a little bit of autotune.
I don't have a problem with a little bit,
Well, yeah.
but you know who I think's a very like talented and maybe like a more like true R&B version of Frank with way less like abstract sounds is Daniel Caesar.
See, Daniel Caesar is more traditional. to me.
Daniel Caesar, I think, is like bringing back or like did a good job like bringing back like the OG versions of
I
R
agree.
and B.
Mhm.
You know, that was one I was listening to on
Fraudian?
the way over. No, it was what Get You.
Oh yeah, that's from
with, like,
Fraudian.
Kali
That
Uchis.
album's
Yeah,
incredible.
like
Yeah.
that's a
Because that's more traditional.
Yeah.
He does take a page on Frank Ocean's book a tiny bit, but Frank is like trying to usher in. He does have a little bit of an old school vibe. Like Sweet Life has a bit of an old school vibe. Even like Lost, I think sounds a little
Lost
bit.
Forrest
seems
Gump.
very modern.
You think so?
Yeah. Lost is like very like unique and like kind of like a little bit different tempo.
What are you guys'
Reminds
thoughts
me
on?
of an MIA song
Okay.
with some of the samples.
What are you guys' thoughts on Pyramids?
That's my favorite song.
Greatest
on the
song on the album.
Yeah.
Greatest
I
song
don't
on-
know. It goes on a
Might
little
be
bit
one
too
of the
long
greatest
for me.
songs.
No,
of
no,
all
that,
time.
that's like 2 or 3 songs in one. That song is perfect. Yeah,
Ye-
no, that's
I
that
think
was my
that
hot
song's a
take.
little-
Is
that's-
like Pyramids. Is the
No,
best song
I think
ever.
that's I think that song's a
100%
little
agree.
over.
Like I will die on
That-
that.
that's not my
great.
favorite.
Oh,
I,
dude.
I,
Come
I,
on.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just
I like the
magnum
beginning part,
opus.
like that part's cool.
There's
But
like
when
the
it goes,
middle of the song.
Yeah,
yeah,
What
but
are you
when it
even
goes
talking
towards
about?
the end, I
My
don't know.
favorite-
Sometimes it goes a little too long
My
for me.
favorite
where
is
I'm
the
like,
last breakdown where she.
I don't know. I tried. I skip it. I like that it's in between two of my favorites. Like Crack Rock is one of my favorites.
That's
Sweet
minute
Life.
7, by the way. There's still 2 minutes after that.
It's
Yeah.
not minute 7. It's a little
Yeah.
earlier than that. But still, like I don't know. Pyramids is a little overrated to me. But that's just me personally. You guys, I'm glad you guys like it.
No,
It's just,
that's the best
if we're
song
doing
on the album.
once we do the draft, that's not even on my list.
Ruby's
Like,
on
at
my
all.
damn chain.
Yeah, no.
Let
no,
it
no.
be some.
What do you think
jazz
it's
playing.
about?
Top floor motels.
You guys, it's
What do
very.
you mean? I know. I can tell you exactly.
It's a little
Have you not
abstract.
listened to the story?
It's a little like
It's like it's creating a duality between Cleopatra and the times, and then like
It's like a stripper,
she's
right?
odd for her odd AWED odd for her beauty at the time, like
Okay.
almost like a stripper is today.
Yeah.
And then it transitioned to the story about the stripper.
It's a little abstract.
And-
I don't know. I didn't.
it's-
I don't know.
it's
It
great
could have been open for
storytelling. It's
interpretation. It's
great.
not like it's a direct. He's telling you something
So
directly.
it goes from this she's a beauty, African brunt, like she's odd for her beauty, and transitions to like, oh, Cleopatra in modern day is strippers.
Well, and it's like, look, she's working at the pyramid. Like that's strip club.
And also
And-
like that there's that
My mind's kinda
dichotomy.
blown. I didn't
She's
know that.
working at the pyramid.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you.
Because
think the best song on the
maybe I
album.
took it a little
I
too
think it's
literally.
so
Maybe he's like
complex.
literally singing about like pyramids and shit and Cleopatra.
What
I did not
really-
understand the
what I
metaphor.
really
like
then
that.
wanna
it
know
transitions into
is-
Vegas, and it's like rubies on my damn chain.
Yeah.
Let it be some jazz
Whip
playing.
ain't got
Top
no
floor
gas
motel
tank.
suite, twisting my cigars.
Oh.
Floor model. This is the
TV
club
with
owner.
The VCR. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
then it,
See, the
and then
sto-
it
the
transitions to the
songwriting's
boyfriend,
ridiculous.
and then
It's
it
so-
tells the story of the boyfriend who cares for her while she works those long nights, and then is ready. Bathe in your body. So it tells a
Wow.
bunch of different
Yeah.
perspectives of this woman's life.
Well, that songwriting. So I don't know like how much of the actual production that Frank Ocean is responsible for that whole album, but
It
like
says he produced every
dude,
song with
like,
this guy.
that is fucking crazy.
But he's like the
because
creative
that
force.
album-
He's the creative force.
I
Yeah.
mean, like,
dude.
it is like there's so many different.
You need to dive into that song.
like you. I mean, dude, that
The fact you love American Wedding the way you do.
I love American Wedding. That's one
yeah,
of my favorite.
Dude,
Frank
you
Ocean.
Good.
gotta
It's
like
alright.
just dive into the story. Of
It's
that.
because I heard Hotel California a billion times, hearing a fresh take on it and hearing like he told his own perspective, his own story with the same song. I don't know. I think that shit's brilliant.
dude, he does that with like 5 songs on this album.
Yeah, I need to check. I need to
like
do
dude,
another deep.
Love Crimes. Dude.
I love
Love
murder,
Crimes is
murder,
wonderful.
murder.
Yeah.
But back to this album, Bad Religion. My favorite line: "If it takes me to my knees, it's a bad religion." What the fuck? I don't know. Just hearing some of his lines that he says, I'm like, how the hell did anyone come up with this shit?
And it's like, what does he say? It's
Taxi
like
driver.
nothing but a one-man cult. I like that
Yeah.
line a lot. I forget even what he's talking about, but that's a great line.
Because that song's about like loving someone, like unrequited love, essentially. But like he does it in a way that's like he paints such a
taxi driver as a therapist.
There's so much like
I don't even care
imagery.
how long it is.
Leave
Just
the
listen to my
meter,
story.
leave the meter
Yeah,
running.
leave the
Like
meter
there's so
running.
much like imagery and like he paints such a vivid picture that I don't think a lot of R&Bs or a lot of songwriters in general can
I think
touch.
we as a group appreciate great songwriting.
Yeah.
Being able to tell a story, an amazing story.
dude, that's why Pyramids is the best song.
yeah, I can't believe like, oh come on, man.
Yeah.
Like it's such
That's
a
what
wild
makes me
story.
feel like
'cause
I'm in Vegas. Like it really does. It makes me feel like I'm at the Luxor. Like that's
And that
like
was
the vibe
probably
I'm
his
getting.
point.
Like I'm like some
That was his
fucking
point.
Yeah, I'm like some club owner like that's like older and like washed up, like just watching, like just unfazed by all the strippers, like just
it goes from different perspectives to the boyfriend of the girl that works at the fucking club bathing you by.
Yeah, it's like a history lesson mixed with like a cool like modern day.
His songwriting's
Vegas
ridiculous. Yeah,
scenario.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got to give him credit. What are your thoughts on White? I know that's kind of an instrumental.
No,
but
I mean, maybe a hot take. Greatest guitarist since 2000, John Mayer. I don't think there's
Derek
anyone-
Trucks might have something.
Derek
to
Trucks
say.
doesn't have the commercial success that I know.
I just
that
think-
doesn't matter.
Dude,
but
I think people really
But they respect
don't.
each other.
Underrated
They love each
songwriter,
other.
though.
I don't know
John
if you know
Mayer
Derek
gets his
Trucks and
flowers
John
for
Mayer.
his
Like,
actual guitar.
people
playing
kind of take him
skills,
as a joke because what he did to Taylor Swift and all that shit.
Fuck that. I don't care about that at all. Like no, but dude, you know who the lead guitarist in Dead & Company is? John Mayer.
Really?
John Mayer. Yes, it's correct. Anyways, John Mayer probably would say best guitarist alive right now, Derek Trucks. Derek Trucks would probably say best guitar. John Mayer. Like they
Yeah.
like really
There's like a-
respect
And like
Mutual respect.
I'm not putting in like Prince or like any of these others that like
Because they're
kinda
80s,
dabbled in
90s,
the
even like
90s.
Eric
the guy,
Clapton.
Like-
the guy's alive doing it.
No, I
Who
mean,
else would you put in there? Like who else is in contention with John
for
Mayer?
guitar?
Some of the hardest songs to learn on guitar is John
Who's the
Mayer.
guitar player?
Neon, dude, learning that
Dude,
song on guitar pisses
dude.
me off.
Dude, no, like I don't think people realize how much good music John Mayer has made with just guitar. And then like there's little things in the background, but like the riffs and the way he plays guitar is so incredible, and it's so hard, and he's singing like really well on like
Unique.
complex
It-
melodies.
it's unique singing
while
too.
he's doing some of the hardest riffs in guitar to just play without singing. No, I mean I think he's like I mean I try to think of another, like I don't even know who's I think the lead guitarist for Chili Peppers has some great stuff. I don't think he's like,
And he's 90, so I wouldn't technically consider
yeah,
him part
like,
of the 2000s.
off the top of my head,
No.
like I'm trying to think of a guitarist that like even really comes close. Like Trucks, like for sure.
Ed Sheeran.
No.
Just
Uh,
joking.
um,
No, he really is like stands alone.
After
in, like,
the
guitar.
pod, I need to show you the clip with John Mayer on stage, BB King, Derek Trucks.
I've seen it.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that. Yeah. No, I think John Mayer's like, I think it's crazy to me that his music isn't still as popular as it was, because if you
I hear "Waiting on the World to Change" all the time.
one of the greatest live like things I've ever seen was, it's like Where the Light Is or something. It's his live album. I want to say it was in like LA or Denver, and he brings out like some crazy old head music people, I forget who, that's incredible, but like that album, and like it's all live, it's all raw. He's still the lead
I
guitarist
love
during
that.
like, and I would argue like one of the greatest guitarists of all time, in my opinion, is Slow Dancing in a Burning Room.
That's a beautiful song.
I think
"Dreaming
that-
with a Broken Heart" is probably my favorite off that album.
It's a good
I
one.
love "Stop This Train." I remember
Stop This Train
you
is
playing
great.
that guitar
I
is
do
ridiculous.
love Stop This Train.
Yeah,
Uh,
that song makes me cry, dude.
And
That's
Ne-
like one of the
Neon,
songs that
too.
like hits me.
Neon is a very tough song.
No such thing as dude. Those chord progressions are ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
no one thinks about those chord progressions. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't do like 4-chord, like 1 5 6 4 type. He will come up with some of the craziest jazz type chords.
it's like contorting
It'll
your
piss
hands
you
into-
off. Like
yeah.
not your average guitarist can do it.
that's
That's why I have a newfound respect for John Mayer.
for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other songs on this album that like I really love. I mean, hey,
Monks.
Monks
Monks
is great.
So fucking
Monks
good.
is
I overlooked
great.
Monks. That's not
Um,
my favorite. I overlooked Monks a little bit.
um,
I think it's really good though. I do.
I think it's not like
That's a great
a
story,
crazy
too.
take,
Yeah.
but Forrest Gump's a really good story too.
So
Oh,
I
I
knew
love
Forrest
that
Gump
song.
because he performed that in the Grammys that year that album came out. So I that song, I had a newfound respect for that song. And yeah, the metaphor with Forrest Gump
We
and
got
all.
some trivia right at Bubba Gump's in San Fran because of
Mhm.
that song.
Really?
It was the question was what number did Forrest Gump have
Wait, let me guess.
when he was playing?
Eight,
It's a lyric in the
Yeah.
song.
Run 44.
Yeah.
It's 44.
Forrest Gump was
Um,
44 in the movie, and I that's the only reason why I knew that.
I wish
some
the full
Slumdog
version of
Millionaire shit.
Fertilizer was on this album because that might be my favorite song. Even that short snippet, I think, is like one of the most beautiful parts of the
It
album.
sounded good, but
Monks
I
is so
don't know.
good.
I agree.
Pyramid.
Monks is, and the production on Monks is great too.
Yeah.
I do like Monks. I was re-listening to. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
the drums come through so
yeah.
so
Like a
fucking
song
the
like
bass
Pilots,
does,
like
dude.
Pilot Stones. It's just about him getting high. Like it's just about smoking weed, but like the imagery
But I love that
he paints such a vivid picture of him getting high. It's not just specifically about like I don't know, like
Well,
it
it
always
also describes living with an addict because it also paints the picture from the other perspective of living with Pilot Jones in the same song. So I think it I don't know. This
because
is
that goes into
album
crack
I've
rock.
probably listened to more than any other.
Really?
And
Pilot Jones.
Mhm.
Really?
No,
I
the
love
album.
that song.
That's the song you listen to the most.
no, I'm saying the whole this album is probably one of the albums I've listened to
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah,
I think it's up
And-
there for me.
I'm just saying in Pilot Jones it does tell both sides of the story, like of
Yeah.
like get the Pilot Jones getting high and then also like living with Pilot Jones.
right. Living with the stoner. And
the only song I'm not a fan of. I said
Well, no, she
I like
likes the stoner. She doesn't like some of the other, like it describes the specific because this guy's an addict of everything.
right.
So like in like
I assume it's just
she
weed.
love- no,
No, it's supposed to be- it's supposed to be
everything.
drug
I
addict.
thought it was just weed too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
At least that's what I took. it.
No,
No.
you're probably right.
The only song I'm not a fan of that I
She's
skip
in love with
is
the
Sierra
stoner.
Leone.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
It's just like hard to. Yeah, it was.
It gives me Stevie Wonder vibes.
Really? I don't know. It's just whatever.
Wasn't the single.
Yeah.
No, that's Sweet
I
Life.
like Sweet Life.
No, Sweet Life is
Oh,
probably my
yeah.
favorite. That's the one like run out of trouble.
I always mix up those two for some damn reason.
Like running horse. Like I love his
Well,
songwriting
those are,
there, but
those
it's
are
just
both
kinda
like
a
arguably
whatever.
relatively deep cuts on that album compared to
Sweet Life.
Yeah, compared to his like other, I would say once again, like when you have a roster with Super Rich Kids, Lost, Forrest Gump, Thinking About You, Bad Religion, Pink Matter, and Pyramids, like
we haven't
Sweet Life might
talked
be my
about
favorite song in
Pink
the album.
Matter. We haven't
I think
even
I'm gonna say
Dude.
because that's a.
Matter.
Do you know Pharrell made that beat?
Matter for which one?
For Sweet Life
Oh no, I didn't.
because
know
it
that.
has the 4 count in the beginning.
You love Andre 3000 so much. I'm surprised.
That's a good
haven't
song.
mentioned Pink Matter yet.
I also love. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, so when he says Cotton Candy, Majin Buu,
Yes,
I'm like,
I
fuck
love that.
yeah.
I love that
fuck
reference
yeah,
too.
fuck yeah.
I
And
mean,
yeah,
talking about-
that's up there.
Pink Matter.
He's talking about pussy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a good song.
Well, and then the purple matters, the brain matter,
Mhm.
and then
that songwriting is great too. Like, but
but what really matters?
it's a good song. It kind of soured over the years. I do love the Andre 3000 verse, but I kind of skipped the beginning part and just go to Andre 3000's verse. That's just me personally because I loved Andre, but I still think Sweet Life is like that's my shit. I'll play Sweet Life any day of the week.
You really got to do some Pyramids listening, dude.
I
That
do,
song-
I
that
do.
song
Oh
cha-
my
It's
God.
literally like 3-4 songs in one.
You know how many times I've reversed? I think I could probably tell you the time signature of like the start of pimping on my champagne, let it be some
Yeah.
jazz.
Well, that
just-
breakdown.
I've backed it up. Just
Really?
that part, yes,
Yeah.
so many times because it's so smooth. Like
Mhm.
goddamn, it's like the perfection of just like sexy confidence, like
Yeah.
everything Bruno Mars wish he could be, and he is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a different level of like depth and intellect. Like that's
I'm
like,
too dumb to listen to it. That's why.
No,
Just
no,
joking.
You just gotta and this is another take that, and there's tons of artists that do this, but like, I think there's certain times where Drake songs can do that too.
Marvin's Room.
Dude.
Marvin's Room goes on for way too fucking long.
What the fuck is his name? What's the first song on? Hold on, this is gonna
Take
drive
Care?
me nuts. No.
Tuscan Leather.
I just thought of another
Yes. Tuscan Leather.
That's one. That's my. That's like a
Yes.
top 3 Drake song
How
for
much
me.
time this
His
man's
brother's spending on the intro. The amount of I love the
right?
second
Like,
second beat on that song
same,
when it gets
bro.
like just
so cold.
Yeah.
Like that's one where it's like you're listening and you're like, oh my gosh, and it's like working. What does he say? He's like. Working so hard, it's like he got a twindo. Like
Yeah.
there's so many.
That's a good
like,
song.
yeah.
I will say I listened to Nothing Was the Same recently. That song is such a high, and then everything else just goes downhill. I hate that album.
You're nuts. I think that.
I don't. I think that album was really disappointing for like it being the best Drake album. I'm like,
Such a
I was
I don't know
going
about
to
best,
sleep.
but I would say
like
I would
From
say
Time I was
top
falling
3
asleep to,
for
Worst
sure.
Behavior I was falling asleep to, Wu-Tang Forever I was falling asleep to. Like that album was boring as shit.
Wu-Tang Forever's awesome.
You like? Oh,
Yes.
I'm not a.
That's what Drake wrote on the
Dude,
album.
the best.
Yeah, exactly.
My favorite, like probably my favorite Drake song ever is Pound Cake.
I don't like that song
think
either. That song's
drop,
boring as
I remember the first time I heard that drop.
Cake. I don't know.
To be honest, I'm not. This is a hot take. I don't like Jay-Z that much. I
love
don't
Jay-Z.
like
That's
his
one of my
rapping.
all-time favorites.
Like I respect him. Don't get me wrong. I just think his flow, like,
it's a little boring. I guess
a
I
little-
agree with you.
it's just
wholeheartedly.
It's just very like.
But Drake,
redundant.
Jay-Z, when he's hungry, when he actually spits on his first album, he's up there with Biggie. He's up there with Tupac. Like, I see why people call him the greatest. He does go a little bit commercial, where he is a tiny bit on autopilot on the raps, but I still think like he's the greatest beat selector of all time.
I think.
That's why
I also think From Time.
falling asleep on it. I'm falling asleep on
Wonderful
that.
song. Yeah,
Let's go on
that's what it's made
the
for.
language I'm falling asleep
Hey.
to. Like worst. Like I don't know.
I thought we were talking about like an actually good R&B artist and Frank Ocean here. Can we get
don't
back to
disrespect
that?
Drake. Drake has
Can
his
we
merit.
get back to
That's
that?
fair. Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean,
How about we draft this?
Yeah,
out?
Yeah, let's
let's
do ahead
draft.
and do a draft. Since we started with you last time, do you want to start with me or you? Let's start with you first, and then I'll go second, and you go last. Three songs each. 3 songs each.
You know what I'm picking.
yeah, as you should.
What's your first pick?
Pyramids.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
All right, I'm gonna take Sweet Life.
Such a crazy pick. I like that.
How is that a
song.
crazy pick? That's
I
literally
just
my.
think,
That's
I
my.
just think there's a lot of good songs.
I
on
think
that
that's my
album that are
most
better.
listened to song on the album, easily.
Like I think Monks is better. I think Pink Matter's better. I think I'm gonna go with. Okay.
Too.
Yeah, I know. I guess Super Rich Kids and just because I discovered it got me into him. Lost. I think Super Rich
I was
Kids and
gonna take
Lost
Lost.
are probably
Damn.
my favorites.
I'll take Crack Rock.
Yeah, that was probably the other one I was gonna pick.
I'll take Monks. And I get another one?
Yep.
I will take Bad Religion.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was the pick.
It might not be the best, but it's his biggest hit. I'll take Thinking About You.
I like that went so low. I think that says we actually appreciate. Give me a Pink Matter.
Okay. Honestly, it's going to be comparable. I think everyone's going to say Pyramids because I think Pyramids is the fan favorite of the album.
Pyramids is
I
just
don't even know. No, it's not the fan favorite. I think it's the critical favorite, maybe.
What do you think is the Lost? Do you think is the what do you think is the fan
Probably
favorite?
About You.
probably Thinking About You.
Think About You is like the pop song. That's the
well,
one
that's
that
what I'm
broke
saying.
through and is being played on the radios.
I would say Think About You. Honestly, I know Forrest Gump kind of had its
little bit of
heyday
legs.
there.
Yeah.
I almost drafted that. No,
It's a good song. I mean I think
I think it's.
I think we
cool
picked
it
all the good
dives into
songs.
his bisexuality there.
and White's a nice riff.
Mhm.
I love like I wish there was like an album almost just
Ca-
of like that.
Can I tell you something? When I saved this album to my Spotify, I replaced White with the White version from Odd Future, Volume 2,
that's a
with Frank Ocean on it as well.
Oh really? There's like a lot. There's more.
There's
rap.
like almost like a White anthology with
Oh.
Frank Ocean here.
Because Pink and White, that's my honestly
they
all-time
sound
favorite Frank
similar.
Ocean song is
Pink
Pink
and
and White.
White.
That's also a Pharrell
Well, here,
song.
you know, while we're on Frank Ocean, I think it would do it justice to just go through Blonde a little bit.
All right, do you know the story of Blonde?
I don't.
Okay.
Oh my
tell
God,
him the
can
story
I
of
tell
Blonde
you?
from the beginning.
So, anyways, Frank Ocean had a 2-album deal with Apple Records, and this is the Apple Records, not like Apple, like Apple,
like
Apple
the Beatles
Records.
Apple Records.
Correct, sir. So Frank Ocean, Channel Orange was the first one on there, first album, and it was like a 10 mil deal or something
Yeah.
for a 2 album. And anyways, and he spent like 6 mil on the first album or something, 7 mil or something.
To produce
So,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he dumped the rest on this visual album.
Endless.
Endless. You've never heard of it. I know a couple songs like Hugo is kind of okay on it. Like I don't know. Anyways, but that fulfilled his contract, and then he released the same day as he released Blonde
No
On the
kidding.
label-
under his own record that
Baby
he
Boys
had been
Don't
making
Cry.
the whole time.
That's his own record.
And he
This is
spent-
an independent album.
That's pretty badass.
And
I
he,
didn't know
he
that.
made millions off it. So he fulfilled the so Apple Music Records got none of the music money out of fucking Blonde. Like he gave this like kind of bullshit visual album to them.
Yeah.
And then the
I like
same
that.
fucking day, just drop.
They were pissed.
That's almost
There's
like
like
a-
reports
Yeah,
of them
he-
being soaked. The
it's
reps
It's
are
like, a,
coming.
it's like a
it is-
Taylor Swift.
But the thing
Yeah,
is,
before
they
Taylor
they
Swift,
couldn't
yeah.
sue him because he didn't spend. I don't think a lick a dime of record money on making Blonde.
It was out of his own pocket.
all of Blonde was.
Well,
out
and
of his,
that's like, I mean, to a lot of people, his magnum opus too. I mean, I still think Channel Orange.
I like
is
Channel
better.
Orange
but
better.
it won't. It
But
won't
I think
age
that
as well.
story alone, I think that's what
Yeah,
brings this album
Blonde
to
won't
like,
age as well. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, so Blonde was an album that I didn't actually get that into till a little later after it came out. I think
I was
similar
totally
to
dropped.
Pyramids, and it's not like a crazy take, but breakdowns and change-ups, Nights reminds
Yeah.
me
New
of
Beginners.
Pyramids from
does.
Blonde.
I agree.
Because I love those switch ups. Like, I think that shit is so cool. And I think, I love when there's like, it feels like there's multiple songs in the same song.
Mhm.
To your point, Pink and White is a great song.
That's my
Pink,
favorite.
Pink and White is a very good song.
That was the one. I still play that song.
I like
all the time.
Ivy a lot.
Loved Ivy.
I love Ivy.
Nike, I'm thrown off by the high pitched voice. You still like it?
It can be jarring. I get that.
Yeah, it's different. I like Self Control a lot.
I love Self Control. Solo is incredible.
White
His song.
Ferrari.
White Ferrari.
White Ferrari's
is great.
cool.
What's funny is the options for this Frank Ocean shirt was this one, right? And personally, like, I dove into Channel Orange, and then like on YouTube there was a few songs off Nostalgia Ultra because there was a long time where that was not on iTunes.
It's still not on iTunes.
yeah,
Except
and-
for Swim Good and Novocaine.
Yeah, and like, but I downloaded the whole Nostalgia Ultra album,
Too, yeah.
I
and
need to download that. I erased my.
oh, dude, like, and here's the thing, right?
I
Is
downloaded
like,
it before, but not.
like,
recently.
okay, so you got Strawberry Swing,
Novocaine, of course.
right? You've got
Songs for Women's my shit.
Songs
too.
for Women's great. Love Crimes,
Great
which
song.
I love.
Murder, murder.
There Will Be Tears isn't bad. Swim Good's pretty good.
Wait, Swim Good's pretty good. That's a top 5 Frank Ocean song.
Yeah, I just think it's a little too like basic. It's like one of his more like basic. Like,
Maybe that's why I love it so much because it's more accessible, I guess.
well,
I don't
and
know.
then dude, Nature Feels.
I don't know if I heard that
Dude,
one.
that is literally MGMT's what is it called?
Electric Feels?
Electric Feel.
Oh,
like-
no
he
shit.
does a lot of like just.
Yeah, interpolations or
he
like
can
covers.
never release a lot of the
Yeah,
songs.
because
sample clearance would be-
I'm sure it's copyright. Well, and then American Wedding is
Hotel
yeah,
California.
Hotel California.
That's my favorite.
And then Love Crimes, I want to say is
I didn't know that was a different song.
I don't know if it is. I'm pretty sure it's like. Look it up for me. And then Strawberry Swing, you know what that's from, right?
Is that Beatles?
No, it's a Coldplay song from
That's
Viva. It's from Viva La Vida.
No,
yeah.
no. Well, I don't think I've know that song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
no,
heard it.
no,
then.
it's not Viva La Vida. There's a song on Viva La Vida called Strawberry Swing.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. You're thinking of Electric Feel, There Will Be Tears by Mr. Hudson, and then. Wait, which song were you thinking of? Yeah, I think Love Crimes is an
Love
original
Crimes
song.
is its
I think
own
it's,
thing.
yeah, I think it's an
Wait,
original
but
song.
go back to
Love Crimes.
go back to Strawberry Swing.
Yeah, you're right. It's Coldplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Viva La Vida.
Yeah.
Are you a big Coldplay guy?
Dude, huge Coldplay guy. Yeah, or I mean, I used to be. I don't know. They're all right
They're
now.
like
But yeah, no.
okay to me.
To give you an idea, I was in, I want to say 7th grade
Okay.
when Viva La Vida came out.
That's my that's
And-
probably my favorite.
And I
song.
had a kid that was like not even like a super good friend of mine, but we had a bunch of classes together, and so like you know how that goes, like, and then you end up like kind of becoming really good friends for like that 1 year.
Yep.
And he was loaded. I'm not gonna name who it is, but he was super wealthy, and you know, Viva La Vida was like the big, like that song alone was amazing, and like I really do think that whole album's like really really good.
Sad it's not on streaming. So sad.
Went to see them live.
Yeah, he took me like
Coldplay?
yeah to
Did
the
he
Viva La
see?
Vida tour.
Did he see the two people cheating on each other? No, I'm just joking.
That was about.
I know. I'm
that
just
was about
joking.
15 years later.
I was gonna say,
But,
just
but
joking.
yeah, I literally was like backstage like the whole 9 yards. That was
You met Chris Martin?
yeah, and I was fucking 12, so like I didn't get to like I didn't get to meet Chris Martin or any of the people, but like I was like kind of backstage for a little bit. They were like this kid's parents are so loaded. Like I swear we had a suite, and then we also had like some backstage access too, like which was crazy. So I thought that whole you know, and I remember looking back and being like, damn, like I would have appreciated this so much more as, you know, an adult or an older individual. But like for example,
with a mistress maybe.
yeah, with once I'm the CEO of a company,
AI company to be exact.
Yeah. This
It's the one with yellow,
album,
right?
dude?
Yeah.
This is their first album. This album is so great. Like, and it's almost kind of simple, but this is a no skip album, truly. Like
they were very much inspired by Radiohead, from what I've told.
I believe that. Like, and you know, this came out in according to this. I don't know how accurate this is. Should be pretty accurate, but 2000.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is accurate.
How many artists reach the echelon of just absolute peak of music without selling out? Because Coldplay did fall into
For
that.
sure, they sold out.
Are they still the biggest band in the world?
I'd argue Daft Punk.
Like, who's the biggest band in the world right now?
Daft Punk did.
Band?
Yeah. Do bands even exist?
You could say Daft Punk did when they made music for Tron. But then they had a
Random
full...
Access Memories was like,
Excellent.
Yeah.
nah, and it wasn't like a sellout album either. It was like funky and like
No,
different.
if anything, it was like their comeback album. People wrote Daft Punk off at that
after
time.
the Tron album is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So you could argue they sold.
People
out
wrote Pharrell
that.
off too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, Pharrell's like almost so influential, like even just outside of music, that like
His
yes,
fashion,
yeah,
his
yeah,
business.
yeah. Like you know, one of the most expensive Nikes ever.
Is
Chanel
Pharrell?
Or
Really?
it's like, I think it's Nike. It's like a collab. It's called Chanel Pharrell. Look it up. It's a shoe.
So there's I'm a big fan of his documentary Piece by Piece, which it's on Netflix. It's essentially
Lego movie.
It's a Lego movie, but it's about Pharrell's life, and it's like his story, and it's
pretty cool.
incredible. One of the things I'm just gonna bring up with that is he was childhood friends with Pusha T, which means he was childhood friends with No Malice. He was classmates with Missy Elliott, and hung out with they were
So that's what I was saying.
he hung out with not Missy Elliott, Timbaland too.
In music.
So they all grew up in the same neighborhood.
They all grew up like this that huge collective of music
But they didn't have like a name. They were just all Virginia Beach.
No.
Yeah.
But there is something to be.
They literally hung out in Chad Hugo, which is like the other guy of the Neptunes. They literally hung out in his. They said they hung out in his like parents' house, and they were all just making music together, just hanging out. They had no idea they were like gonna make it big. They were just love making music.
It's
we're
a
just
collective.
It's beautiful. Yeah, but they didn't have like a specific name. They kind of like all started their own shit. Like Missy came out with
each other.
Absolutely. The Virginia sound is very distinct, even though people don't really give Virginia the respect they give New York or LA. But like Pharrell
That's
and
a good
Timbaland,
take. I like that.
yeah, Pharrell and like Timbaland
yeah.
kind of curated this Virginia sound, and they kind of made it their own thing. And I think it's beautiful.
Missy's influence is greater on dance music and house than hip hop.
I'm just not a Missy guy. I remember we played her first album. I actually really liked that first album. But like it wasn't the influence the way like Lose Control is or Get Your Freak On or those songs are like the fucking cream of the crop of like dance music, and she kind of like
You know who's like, I don't even know, I wouldn't say slept on, but like, I don't know if she gets her flowers enough, is Miss Lauryn Hill.
Oh my God, that's an album I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Miseducation.
Miseducation.
Dude, freaking Apple Music did the top 100 albums. They put that right at number one greatest album of all time. And I'm like,
it's fair, but same time, I don't know, number one out of every
they
album
try to
ever.
they try to please a bunch of crowds. They try to please the
that
black
seems,
community.
That seems a little
R&B.
like a little woke. I'm sure that's
I'm
a
cool.
little bit of a hot
To me,
take,
like when I
but,
saw it, I'm like, that's not a bad greatest album. Obviously, you want to say Thriller. Obviously, you want to say Sgt. Pepper. You know, some of these actual greatest albums of all time. But giving Lauryn Hill her credit, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I like that she's
appreciate
number
that.
one. I actually, honestly, I kind of agree with it in some ways, because that album is excellent, bro. No skips.
It's not the best album of all time.
Honestly, I don't mind calling it, because like X Factor, fucking some of the deep cuts. What
of all time?
I don't mind calling it. It's so timeless, bro.
R&B of
it's
modern
so timeless,
generation.
bro. Like it's I honestly like Sgt. Pepper has skips, bro. Sorry, like
Dude, yeah. I
like,
don't even
Dark
think,
Side of the
I don't
Moon
even
has
think
skips.
That's like my
Name
like
some skips on Sgt. Pepper's.
When I'm 64.
I actually like when I'm 64.
You like it's corny ass like when I get older. You like that shit?
So I do like that song, but I'm trying to. Pick
Other than that, I think it's a great Benefit of Mr. Kite. You like that shit?
No.
Benefit of
No, I
Mr.
don't
Kite.
like that. I don't like that.
Trampolines. I think that's the only two skips on the album.
Lovely Rita's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. See, like, but like,
Fixing a hole is.
but the influence is ridiculous.
I
Like,
like. I like
this was like the first great, like, so many artists were influenced by this album. So
Stops my mind from wandering.
I think I'm looking at the Beatles anthology for like my favorite. Like,
Revolver, I think, is a better album than in some ways than Sgt. Pepper. I like Abbey Road.
I don't
sometimes.
like Revolver that much.
It has a day in the life.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that alone makes it one of the greatest ever, because that's my greatest song of all time.
A Day in the Life.
agree.
It's one of the greats. Yeah.
That's fair.
That's the best Beatles song in my opinion.
It's the greatest song of all time.
Yeah,
A Day in the Life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a good argument. I like when you said that, I'm like,
I don't hate that.
yeah, that's
I
not a
don't hate
bad
that.
take. Like, obviously you want to say like some of these more popular ones, the Bohemian Rhapsodies, the Stairway to Heavens, I don't know, like the fucking what was that song? Great Big in
None
the
of them
Sky.
used a whole orchestra.
You're right. But I don't think
I'm,
using
like,
a,
just
I don't think
saying
using a whole
musically.
I don't think using a whole orchestra can just automatically make you. You got to
No,
make
I
a good
don't-
song
I don't
first.
No, I think it's a great song. It's just the fact that
I think it's just beautiful. It's almost like an ending credits song. It's emotionally like it's emotional. It's like it's poetic.
Politically,
It's beautiful. I don't know. There's so
political.
many great songs. Yeah, no, Day in the Life is amazing.
You know how many holes it takes to fill Blackwood, Lancashire? You know what that means? It's talking about how many assholes it takes to fill the Albert Hall, that's the Congress.
Right.
It's like like how many assholes does it take to fill the fucking Congress Hall? So like it's also a deeply charged political song too. Like
Marvin Gaye, What's Going On?
Yeah,
That's
I was
also
saying
there.
we're getting off topic from R&B. Yeah, if we want to give flowers to the king, it's What's Going On.
Yeah, What's Going On is excellent.
It's
what
That's
about Otis?
Otis Redding. Yeah, I'll give Otis honestly Otis.
Died
Aretha.
too young.
Aretha. I mean, dude, Marvin Gaye's like death
I
is
don't know
so
when-
tragic.
yeah, it is.
Like he
yeah.
got shot by his dad, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yep.
Like he's protecting his mom. Like
Yeah, Otis Redding was like kind of I mean, he was before Marvin Gaye.
I don't know. My OG
He's
is Sam
60s.
Cooke. Sam Cooke's my OG. A
Gaye
change
was
is gonna
70s.
come.
I think Otis is just
You could argue he might be the pioneer. He's about a decade
he
before
has
Marvin Gaye.
one of the best posthumous songs of all time.
Sitting in the dock of the bay.
Yeah.
Came out after he died.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Like
because
a
that
month
the ending
after.
part, the whistling part, he was
They
supposed to.
added-
He wanted to. No, it was already like recorded. They wanted to just fill. He was planning to fill that in for like another like a third verse, but obviously he couldn't because he passed. You know how he passed? He died from a plane crash.
Yes.
Yeah, so he passed away.
Kind of off topic. Super interesting fact. So, John Denver.
Also died in a car crash. I mean,
Plane crash.
Yeah.
Right. So how interesting is this? So he had his pilot's license.
I did not know
He
that.
was flying the plane that crashed.
No shit.
So wait, this is fucking nuts. So my dad's a lawyer for people listening on the pod, and my dad. So what happened was he got his Jonathan Taylor got his license revoked, his pilot license.
John Denver?
Yeah, John.
After he died?
No. Before.
Oh.
For like negligent flying.
So he was flying with a revoked license.
No. Listen. So he got it revoked for like not following appropriate flying protocols. My dad knows the lawyer that helped him get it back.
No shit.
Before he died.
Yeah.
A little bit of dark humor, but yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But I just think that it's such a crazy like.
What's up with musicians and plane crashes? Because the
Lot
day,
of it,
the
yeah,
day
yeah,
the
the-
music
How many-
died,
how many-
Travis Barker. Or the
Travis
Blink-182.
Barker's still alive.
No, I know, but just he was in the plane crash with Blink-182.
Wait, that was a thing? I never heard of this.
Yeah, so look up the Blink-182.
What the
plane
fuck?
crash. I don't even know if it was a whole band of Blink-182, but it was like, Travis Barker. Like, there's like a long period of time.
No, Blink-182, but their drummer Travis Barker.
Yeah, he was. You're right. It wasn't Blink-182, but Travis Barker was in a plane
Soul
crash.
And he survived
Survivor.
it?
He was the only one. So like up until recently,
His bones were crushed. All of his bones.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is another one. He's helicopter, I think.
It's a miracle he still like walks.
but yeah, no. Travis Barker like didn't fly in airplanes for like a long time.
I don't blame him.
And now like I think he's maybe taken some PJs with his wifey,
Kourtney
Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah, okay, nice.
But yeah, part of the reason I know that is because I was watching it was a few years back, but I was watching Kardashians and not like by myself, obviously.
I know.
But
I know.
yeah, I remember seeing that and like hearing the
So
backstory to that, which is pretty
interesting.
wild.
Wow. I know we got off topic, but I want to go back to Fleetwood Mac. Actually, do you think the Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham is the greatest lineup change of all time in music?
I don't think there's a lot of bands that like bring on artists that late into their discography and
Very
that
unique
they
situation.
have that much influence.
Yeah.
I think
Brian Johnson.
I want to say Ringo was later.
He was.
for the
He was still there
Beatles.
for
He
like the
wasn't-
commercial.
Not super late.
But
Not
he
super
was
late.
he wasn't their original drummer.
No,
they
he was
picked
not.
him up
Pete
like
Best was the original
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, he came on, but the thing is he was already known as a great drummer.
That's true.
So it was kind of like creating a super team.
Yeah. They are basically a super group. Like yeah.
I'm trying to think of like other artists that had like
Brian Johnson was
wasn't
the new singer.
Unauthentic.
No, it's not.
Ringo was a Liverpool boy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it felt
it
it fit.
worked, but
it
was,
didn't. It wasn't
he
manufactured
wasn't
the way a
original
lot of these
drummer
other
for
ones.
the Beatles.
Like Travis Barker was joined a little later. That's why I thought of Travis Barker because he joined a little late in Blink-182. I think their first 2-3 albums had another drummer. He had problems with like alcoholism, so they ended up kicking him and adding in Travis Barker. And then Travis Barker kind of put them in another like echelon. Another one, Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd.
Yes.
Sid Barrett.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good
lineup
pull.
change because Sid Barrett was going through some. You're telling me about Sid
Yeah.
Barrett? Like he's some crazy.
went a little crazy on psychedelics.
Yeah.
Just kind of went over the deep end. The song "Shine on You Crazy Diamond."
Of course.
That's
yeah.
about Sid Barrett.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
As well as "Wish You Were Here" is also about.
Yes,
Sid.
I did know that. Well, I think I might have touched on
The
it
whole
last.
album is basically about Sid and about like coming into the music industry. Like Sid was in the room when like by the way, which one's pink? Like Sid was in the room when they fucking asked him that.
Yeah.
Like how hilarious is that? As a music example. Oh, by the way, which one's pink?
Yeah,
Like,
that's pretty nuts. What's really cool, there's a documentary I watched a long time ago on Dark Side of the Moon. And one of the things that I don't know a lot of people know about this. So I want to say it was in the building of the recording studio. Do you know about this?
Tell it.
So they interviewed random people that worked throughout the building inside of the recording studio. And so, like, for example, there's like a janitor at one point, and they're like, what do you think about death? And then if you hear in the background of some of the songs, it's like, well, like, if it's my time, like, and it's like all these weird little interviews from random people that worked in this building. And they asked them like super like tough, pressing questions. And then they went on to put little snippets of that in the background to different parts of that album, which is super cool. And what's cool is like that, the one that really rings a bell is that, cause he's like, I forget exactly what he says, but it's like, yeah, like, when it's my time, like it's my time, like, and all this stuff. And it shows that interview, like from when that album was being recorded. And it shows this like kind of ratty old, like, Englishman that's like a janitor in the building. And he's sitting there talking about like life and death and like, like how he comes to grip with the fact that he's going to be dying soon. And like, it's this whole thing. And it's like, wow. Like, I think in some ways that's why, like, and it's a kind of cliche answer, but I think Dark Side of the Moon's the best album ever made, in my opinion. I
Not the most easiest listening for me.
No. And I would argue there's some songs on there that like are borderline obnoxious, but like, I just think the influence that it had, and like, I don't know, I guess maybe it's not my favorite album of all time, but I think from an influence standpoint and what it's stood through as far as the test of time.
That's true.
How many posters do you see of that album in college, like dorm rooms and shit? And like, how many people are still listening to that album?
And I feel like I didn't explain like the "have a cigar" line well. I kind of just fucking said it. Like the line in the song is like, basically the setting of the song is they're talking with music executives and they're gonna blow you up. They're gonna make you a big star. And the music executive asks, "Oh, by the way, which one's Pink?" Thinking it's Pink Floyd, like it's a name. Like, oh, there's someone named Pink and there's someone named Floyd. even though they got the name from 2 different jazz artists that they liked,
Right.
and they just pushed them together. And it's just funny, like that, like Sid Barrett was in the room for that. And like that's what the reason why the whole album is also about him. There is like, oh, by the way, which one's pink?
Apparently,
I feel like I never explained that.
I read
feel
we
like
were reading the
Oh,
story.
I like
Apparently,
that.
Sid Barrett just like one day, like in like the 70s, they haven't seen Sid Barrett in years. He shows up randomly to a recording session.
the day they're making the song.
Yes, the day they're making that song off "Wish You Were Here."
Really?
Like
he was
a fucking
overweight.
ghost.
Yeah, it's like a ghost. He's overweight. Like he looks completely different, and they just see him. I don't know what the interaction was, but
They're
he just
like
only showed
smoking a something.
he showed up for a couple hours,
Cigar?
acting
No, a
crazy,
cigarette.
Oh.
I was
and then
gonna say
he
what the
leaves,
British call
and they
it.
don't see him again. And
yeah.
I think he passed. And I don't know if he passed away, but they literally just saw him briefly during the recording of that song, just out of nowhere. It was almost like fucking like, how did the stars align for this to happen? Type shit. Like it's almost mythical in a way. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it up. But like that's what the reports are saying, and when I read online about it, that's what the story says. So it's a little eerie, a little creepy.
You know who also kind of I think maybe gets overlooked a little bit. He's still pretty big, but Dave Grohl, dude.
Oh, cheating on his wife, having a child outside of his marriage. You heard about that?
No, but I've said it before. I'll say it again. I separate the art from the artist.
Okay,
I will listen
okay.
to Kanye West. I'll listen to Michael Jackson.
But
I don't think they're
his
big
first
people,
album, he
but-
did all the instruments. He produced the album himself. Like,
Right, you know, he was a drummer for Nirvana.
of course,
right?
of
Like,
course. But he was added on. He was like the 6th drummer or something like that for Nirvana. Like he wasn't like their first pick because he's not a Seattle guy. He might be. I don't know for sure. But then when he already had like Foo Fighters songs, but he recorded that first album by himself. He played every instrument. He sang every song.
Oh.
He sang every harmony.
I think America is the same way. Like
That band?
He had to hire a band to tour with to play all the parts he fucking recorded.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like in Twilight, remember I showed you the album? Do you know the album Twilight?
Yeah.
So Dave Grohl, do you like him more for Nirvana or more for Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
What's your go-to Foo Fighters album?
That's a great question.
Because the first one, Big Me, is in my fucking shit. I love
I
that.
do like Big Me a lot.
And then Everlong is also like one of the best songs. My Hero.
Yeah, I like the color and the shape.
But honestly, like from just out of respect for rock band.
Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace.
Oh, that's your album. Is that the
well,
one
no,
with?
my favorite's the color and the shape.
That's one with the
but-
Pretender, right?
Yes.
That's like a
Yes.
what do you call it? A protest song about like the Vietnam or the Afghanistan war or something like that.
Mhm.
No. Dave Grohl, like one of the geniuses. Like, how do you have 2 successful bands, one as a drummer and the other one as lead singer and guitarist?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. Like, I mean, goddamn that. Yeah, one of the most greatest musical geniuses of all time. Like I said, his reputation got a hit a little bit about his child outside of his marriage, and cheating on his wife. But separate art from the artist. I totally
Yes.
agree with that.
I'm mistaken. Boston. The guy wrote that whole album.
Boston.
The first album by Boston.
That's
by
the one with Peace of
himself.
Mind and Foreplay and obviously more than a feeling. Yeah.
So he wrote that all by and played all the pieces himself. Not America.
just like this album. Yeah, crazy.
insane.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
amazing when people like.
That's the one
Well,
thing. That's
is
why I
that
liked
Well, you know
Lauryn
who-
Hill.
You know who I didn't know for like, I even saw him live, and I didn't put it together. Is Kevin Parker, dude.
Yeah, Tame Impala.
I had
You
no
saw that
idea.
video.
I
He-
saw them at Coachella, and I was like, "Oh, Tame Impala's a band." Because same thing. He has a band. Or at this time, he played with the band. It wasn't just
he
him.
toured with like the
He does tour with the
Wombats.
band,
Yeah,
but like he
but
plays
makes
every
all of it
instrument
himself.
Yeah. Does
which
Bon
is-
Iver do the same thing? Or
you know,
Justin Vernon?
actually, no. Bon Iver's a group.
Okay.
Justin Vernon's kind of the main like
Songwriter, the one
collective
curator.
person, but no, it's he's been. I don't know if he still is, but for their 2-3 first big albums. What's the name of it? It's wonderful. It's on
Forever
No,
ago?
it's a YouTube live, and it takes place in like I want to say like France or somewhere in Europe.
It's a live
Just go to like
performance?
Bon Iver like live. Like if you just go to YouTube, it's like I forget the name of it, and there's a few different. So another kind of a deep cut here, but like Codaline, like All I Want, the song, like if you love.
Skinny Love, outside of Skinny Love, I'm not too big into.
Well, Codaline's a band,
Oh, I never heard of him.
So go to go to what is it called? Let's see, Bon Iver Live. Maybe like type in like the Wolves. Let's see. Yeah,
This one?
yeah. So it's called A Takeaway Show.
Wow, this is
these-
old.
no, so get this. They have a bunch of cool bands that do different stuff on here, and they're all kind of indie. But like they're recording through, and you actually do the
It's
Forema.
like
Do the
Boiler
Forema
Room
one; it'll be
for
better.
alt bands.
Which one?
Do a takeaway show, a Bon Iver takeaway show, and then for Emma, and just like look at the actual, because it's like it's raw as fuck. It's like them walking around with like acoustic guitars, and it's that guy. So it's like that like kind of balding guy, and then that like other guy.
This one?
Yeah, and then
Wow,
like
these are pretty relatively viral.
no, they're big. And then go like once it's done with the. Bro, you gotta get YouTube Premium, bro. No
Nah,
commercials,
dude.
bro.
I'm too cheap for that,
Oh.
man.
Yeah, you're wasting time.
You know what?
What's more
Precious
valuable?
hour.
than that?
I want to appreciate capitalism, okay?
Oh, 2 commercials, man. They're doubling.
Oh, you
down,
guys,
man.
you both have YouTube Premium?
Yeah,
of
never,
course.
never
Yeah.
watched an ad.
No, but like, look, it'll be so it's like them, and he plays this through like twice, and he listened to their harmonies. Wait for it.
I love it.
And then watch. So they sing it through once in this hallway because his acoustics are really good, and then he takes out one of the guys takes out this crazy like thing like here. Let me see here.
Oh,
And they're just like walking through. I want to say it's
what year
France,
is this?
but
Oh wait.
yeah, and they're just like walking through Europe, and no one knows who they are, and they're just playing and singing, and it's such a cool. Like I was like, damn, they need to make more, live stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then like Tiny Desk did that a little bit.
Yeah,
Tiny Desk is like the modern MTV Unplugged.
Well,
like-
I mean, dude, they're NPR. Like that,
They have their like resources to like
Yeah.
find all the music around the world.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about. And he like takes this thing, and it's like one of those like plastic like recorder things, and you blow into it. And
I've
it's
seen
a
those before.
keyboard.
That's not a kazoo.
Oh.
I don't know what you
It's
call
not
that
a kazoo, but
exactly.
it's
I
like
forgot
a-
the name. I've seen that
it's like
before.
a-
though.
Melodica?
You might be right.
Maybe.
Yeah. What country do you think they're in?
I think it's France.
Paris, France. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Paris.
You guys been to France before?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
France is great.
Yeah.
But
You
what's
have?
funny is my favorite part of France isn't Paris; it's the coast.
Really? I've never been to the
Nice.
course.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nice
The one,
Southern
and
the one thing I
Cannes.
remember, they were like,
Yeah.
"Don't tell them you're American because if you're American, if they find out you're American, they're gonna treat you poorly." I would never forget that.
in Paris,
Yeah.
that's true. But when I did Normandy, that was incredible because
Because we
had-
saved their ass in World War II. That's why.
Yes, and so that whole area like loves us, and that was cool. Like we went to the Omaha Beach like museum, and
Interesting.
I did get to meet a couple like veterans.
Oh,
like,
cool.
For U.S. veterans that were visiting that were there in Omaha Beach, and that was pretty powerful stuff. I visited a church that it was bombed and that had been like rebuilt brick by brick. There's just Europe's been there so much longer. So there's
Did you see the Mona Lisa? I'm sure you did.
yeah. Actually, so I forget the name of it. You can probably look it up. It's so the cover of Viva La Vida. That is a very. It's like called like not God Save the Queen, but like something. Like Viva La Vida album cover is what you should type in. It's so that without the Viva La Vida, that painting, it's in the Louvre.
Yes.
And it's huge and it's beautiful. And I remember
I think I
seeing
did
that
see it.
before I saw the Mona Lisa. And I remember being so blown away by that. And then I saw the Mona Lisa and it was like,
Like whatever. Everyone and
It's
the
so
Mona Lisa has the
small,
biggest crowd too.
yeah,
so
it's silly. I thought there was.
I don't know. I
hated.
hated museums, so going there was kind of like a drag for me.
It's like the biggest.
I was
it's the
already
biggest one in
19
the
and it's still
world,
like a
so-
drag for me.
Yeah. Yeah. no.
Interesting. I did not know. Maybe I saw. I did not put two and two together. Because that was definitely a part of the
So
tour.
you went to France,
Of course. Yeah.
of course.
I mean, not of course, but yeah, I did go to France. I've been to quite a few places in Europe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Every summer, my mom would always do a cruise or like do some sort of trip where she'd take all of us to like a bunch of different places in
That's badass.
Europe. Yeah, it was
yeah,
cool.
so it's
I wish I
uh,
took. I wish I appreciated it when I actually did it, because I was always like, why can't we just stay in the U.S. for summers? Why do we always have to go outside? I was a little ungrateful, but no, looking back, I do appreciate that my family took me to all these like amazing places. So,
So that album artwork, or that piece of artwork, is called Liberty Leading the People, and it's by Eugene Delacroix, and it's a super famous piece of artwork, I believe, during the French Revolution. And so a lot of that album is actually about that time in history.
Yeah, some of the metaphors in Viva La Vida itself, like he uses a lot of like medieval references and
Yes.
stuff. So it totally makes a lot of sense. I gotta listen to that. Honestly, I never got into Coldplay besides the hits. I know the
dude,
hits.
Death and All of His Friends, one of the best songs.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because Viva La Vida is one of my favorite like hit songs, like
yeah,
pop songs.
it's that song's great. But yeah, no. If you want to really like look and like, it's worth even reading the lyrics as you kind of go through it. But Death and All of Its Friends is probably my favorite.
We got to do a Coldplay dive next time. That's on our list. It's on our list.
This song, and then it picks up. But this song is beautiful.
I'll check it out.
And then it builds up quite a bit, and it's, it touches on a lot of heavy subjects.
But I do want to get back to this. Bands are dead.
Yeah.
Well, who's the biggest band in the world?
Biggest band? Let's see.
Is it Bring Me the Horizon? Or are we going to the post? Like,
Bring Me the Horizon.
Is it Greta Van Fleet? Is it Sleep Token? Is Sleep Token even a band? I thought it was just one guy. I don't even know.
Yeah,
like
bands might be dead, dude.
My explanation is like, why would you want to split 4 ways when you could just make the money all your own? So that's why, like, you see a lot of these bitter breakups. So you don't need musicians anymore. You could literally make everything on a computer.
Yeah, you know who? And they're no way big. They're actually extremely small. But I
think it's so sad though. I love the band. Like, I kind of miss it. I miss traditional rock and roll. I miss the solo. How come there's no guitar solos anymore? It's sad.
Because there's barely any guitar anymore.
It's so sad.
It's all like
dude.
verse guitar and melody.
I miss like organic instruments.
Well,
like,
if you want like kind of a band that's like 2010s, and like, I don't even know if they'll get big, but I found them on TikTok. This band, Flavor Wave. They're really good. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I was listening to them on the way.
Like, one of my favorite bands is Vampire Weekend, but they're indie, and I love their recent album. I kind of thought not as good as their early stuff, but I still liked it. Like, there's definitely bands. I'm not saying like there's not.
They just don't have the same like
pull. Like,
no.
like remember, like Coldplay was on like were like giants. They were like Metallica was literally like one of the biggest acts in music. They weren't just big in metal. They were bigger than, like, you put them next to Britney Spears. You put them next to like all these like big artists, like Guns N' Roses.
First concert ever in Antarctica.
No shit.
Yeah.
And also the people who spearheaded the Napster fight and shit.
Yeah. Sean Parker.
Yeah, and then bands were so big back in the day. That's why Fleetwood Mac, there will never be like a Fleetwood Mac anymore, or like one of those bands.
I think I don't say never. I think there will be some sort of revival at some point, but I think it's just so much more focused around the lead person now that it's like, unless there's multiple lead singers, right? Like, that's the only time you'll see like a true group again, I think, in that
K-pop, you'll get groups.
Yeah,
but that's the only one.
I'm not a K-pop person. You can miss me on K-pop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of like,
because I think Coldplay might still be the biggest band in the world after all these years.
Right now they might be, especially with all the
controversy. Yeah. That definitely put them on another level.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
the
like,
industry has put the kibosh on groups.
Yeah.
It's less profitable for the industry to have groups, and the reason why you see
headaches.
less collectives is because you've seen unions die away in society, that realizing that when you group up you gain more power. And
like country bands, there's only singular country artists. Can you think of a country band that's big right now? Like, is Zach Brown band
I would
still,
say
like
one of the biggest ones right now, and they're still like kind of a band. They're a band according to this, the Marias.
Okay, the Marias.
They
Independent.
opened for Billie Eilish.
Independent.
They were great.
They are great.
Like,
I Don't Know You is one of a phenomenal song. And then that okay. The Marias.
But yeah, that's like I know that kid Somber is big right now. No, not a fan.
I'm just saying, like this is
He's more
the
of a
bar we're
solo
setting
artist.
right
Yeah,
now.
I'm
This
just
is the
I'm
bar
just
we're setting.
Individual acts.
Oh well, Mac DeMarco is kind of a band.
Yeah.
He's got the same band that he plays with. I saw him, and they've got like the bass player is this like super weird guy that always has his shirt off, and
Yeah, Mac DeMarco, he had a guitar. Like you listen to that, it's a pretty good album. Look,
Yeah, I
biggest
love-
bands
I love
right
Mac
now. No,
DeMarco.
listen to this. The biggest bands right now include Coldplay, Metallica, Foo Fighters.
Yeah, so
Coldplay's
none-
from the 2000s.
Yeah.
Metallica's from the 80s, and Foo Fighters is from the 90s. Come on, man. I will admit it is impressive. They still sell out crowds after all these years. That is still pretty impressive.
They have an audience that's finally old enough to be able to afford their concerts, and
Maybe Arctic Monkeys, but still, they're from the 2000s.
I love the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah. Do you like 8 a.m. or do you like their first album, like the Dance Floor album? I forgot the album name.
I like both.
You like both?
But I do like AM just
AM's
because it's a little less like
iconic.
hectic.
Yeah, I like the stripped down. I think I
Me
like
too.
the.
Me too. I thought that was cool too because when they came out with that, I was like, I kind of was like, they're kind of washed, and then I couldn't have been more wrong because
that
that's
album blew them the fuck up.
yeah, it
Do
did.
I want to
It was
know?
a-
It's
it
still
was
being
a-
played in like all
it was
these.
a revival to say the least. I'm trying to see some other artists. Let me go to my let's see. I'm under my alternative section here just to
bands are dying.
100%.
And they're being replaced by EDM producers.
Yeah.
And even rap's dying too. Who's the biggest rappers right now? Like
Rap's fine.
Big
There's-
X the Plug? Like
I mean, bro, we probably just had the biggest rap beef of arguably our generation.
but I think that in my opinion that killed a lot of because that means no one else can reach to that level,
No.
so it doesn't give chance to these younger artists.
no one's gonna reach Drake or Kendrick's level in a long time. It'll happen in our lifetime, probably.
No, I think hip hop's in a decline, man.
I mean, you know how I
It's
feel.
sad.
No one's gonna top Drake in our lifetime. I just
It's
think.
sad.
So
The-
what they said after the Nas Jay-Z beat?
No, hip hop had an explosion. I don't know the narrative after that, but I know Jay-Z didn't miss a beat commercially, and Nas had its dedicated fan base, and then you still had the birth of Kanye West coming up, and that put hip hop in. Come on, like in a totally different fucking
Yeah.
stratosphere.
Yeah, and then like Young Money, Cash Money blew up. and then
Yeah,
came
like
up with
Lil
Drake,
Wayne and
Nicki
Kanye
Minaj.
kind of had
Yeah.
this new. So that was no. I think Drake and Kendrick is like different.
Kanye wasn't touching Young Money.
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that
he
That
was.
was around. No.
You don't
Kanye
think
was in
Kanye
Chicago.
was?
Kanye was Chicago.
Oh no, I'm talking about commercially, like their like
yeah,
success.
and they blew
I
up
think
around
they
the
were
same
kind
time.
of like.
God, you're right. I'm looking through like all my artists, and like it sucks because there was a renaissance for like
2000s.
electro and alter, like even 2010s. Like there's a lot of good stuff in the 2010s.
Bumper.
How about that?
I'm not
Like
even saying good.
Snow
but just the
Patrol,
bands.
bro.
that exist.
Bands.
That had some sort of relevance. Yeah, like in
Snow
the
Patrol,
2000s.
Dashboard Confessional, MGMT, Temper
Yeah.
Trap,
Foster
Beach
the People.
Fossils,
Foster
We
the
the
People.
Kings.
I think they're
Foster the
one-hit wonders,
People.
but that might be wrong with that.
You know who was like probably the most like sad and like emotional singer-songwriter that like I just every time I hear this album it just breaks
I like
me.
the other one, Chicago. I forgot what
Yeah,
the other
that's a great
Sufjan.
album too.
Yeah, that's the one I know.
Sufjan Stevens is
That's the one I know.
just on
But
another-
indie as fuck. He's like
yeah,
indie.
he's
yeah.
pretty.
But like 2000 had this like renaissance, like these indie acts for
Dude.
some reason had like mainstream successes.
Muse.
Huh?
Muse.
No, they're
Muse
one
is
of
a
the
good
biggest
one.
Bands of all. I think they're one of the greatest live acts of all
I
time.
At least in the 2000s, I
correct
think they're
me
up
if
there.
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the artist that created, I don't know, I might be getting this wrong, but I want to say the dude that did the artwork for Dark Side of the Moon also did the artwork for a few of Muse's albums. It's either them or Radiohead, I forget, but I'm pretty sure it was a similar
Maybe all
artist.
of the above.
Maybe it's just one guy doing all those. Yeah, like I will like 2000. Like I think bands were slowly dying because the big like in the early 2000s. Let's be real, the biggest act was Nickelback. They were the one, which is kind of like that's when people sort of like, okay, rock
No
might
one-
be
dude,
dying.
Nickelback's always been like,
They're a guilty pleasure of mine. I could bump How You Remind Me and still know every word. But I like it for an ironic sense, you know. I don't take him serious. You don't fuck with it?
Oh, dude. No, this is a music podcast. Absolutely fucking
Come
not.
on. I think they have their.
not.
I think there's a
He
there should be.
loves Creed too.
There should be. Yeah, I do like Creed.
I think Creed is way better than Nickelback.
I think there should be a
I'll concede
reevaluation
that.
with Nickelback.
I don't like Creed.
I don't
but
think their
still.
music is that because I think Maroon
No.
5 sellout shit is way worse
Yes,
than fucking Nickelback.
But there's the first 2 Maroon 5 albums are great, or at least Songs About Jane is so good.
Yeah, I actually listened to the second album recently. That album's all right. There's a lot of good tracks. Like Makes Me Wonder is still like incredible, and like
It
Won't
just
Go Home
starts to
Without
get
You.
a little poppy.
What a horrible throwaway of a great concept.
What?
Maroon 5.
Yeah,
Because they were like funky
He
too.
got
They
his-
had a little
he
bit of
got his
R&B.
bag and like just wanted to.
Yeah, Benny
wanted
Bianco
to-
got or
Benny
Guedon-
Blanco, yeah, he started right.
Blanco
Yeah,
got
a lot of
his
these like behind the scenes songwriters. Sure, we gave like Max Martin, we're gonna give them their credit, but you know they kind of ruin pop music in a way where like they take away the authenticity of the music in a way.
Whereas like someone like Serban, like
Suburban.
Serban Giad, or I always butcher his last name. Anyways, he's been the sound engineer for every big album you could ever imagine over the last. But like
Zed's produced a lot of big music for big pop artists.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, but Serban may have I think he might have mixed True Colors. Like he'll even take guys that are like
He's like the
amazing
go-to guy.
producers and mix it to like he's the standard. Like if you want an album that's just gonna kill on the fucking radio, have Serban mix.
Yeah.
Like look up Serban right now. Like look up Serban
like discography or something.
This guy?
GH.
Yeah, this is definitely the guy.
discography.
Just look up like songs produced.
I mean, you guys know Max Martin's like song list. It's ridiculous.
Or even go to his website maybe.
No, there's like a where you can look up their discography somewhere.
Go back.
Yeah, dude. Especially if you talk like actual rock, there's
It's a drought.
yeah,
man.
bro. Pretty much like Greta Van Fleet might be the only like.
That's
Wait, no,
sad.
Wait, you can go to the
Uh,
list off of that one. On the last one.
And Michael Jackson, Blackstreet. Yeah, he's been doing this since the fucking 90s. Holy shit. And it just No Diggities are one of the first ones I could think of. But yeah, you're right. Like he literally has thousands. I'm not gonna go through every.
No,
single
go
song.
back. Go back to the original page you were on. Like back to your Google search. Click on this link. Is that Serban's site? Yeah, and then sort.
Yeah, he did fucking
Wow.
Sabrina Carpenter, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars. He did Die with a Smile.
Papa-
Ariana Grande.
Taylor
Post
Swift.
Malone.
Yeah, we can keep going. Yeah, no, he's like the go-to guy. I'm sure he has contracts with all these record labels. Or hey, we have this major
Usher,
artist.
My Way.
Fucking yeah, I could totally see him being that guy.
He is the go-to guy.
the one of the 2000s.
Jack Antonoff.
I don't even like his stuff, but
Yeah, me neither.
Benny Blanco's he owns the 2000s for pop.
Jack Antonoff. Wait, no, I'm gonna show you Max Martin's fucking list because his list is ridiculous. Hold up.
Bro, you gotta stop just going to Wikipedia. Just type in discography.
No,
It'll give you
Wikipedia is my shit,
compiled
man.
List.
Wikipedia is my shit. Okay, let's show you. I'll just show you the #1 hits alone. So that's all the songs written by Max Martin.
You're a Wikipedia power user like myself.
Of course, Wikipedia is my shit, man. That's where I'm getting all my information.
Hey, I think it has.
Have you
this
got wrong
stigma
information from
I think we
Wikipedia?
have there's a stigma around Wikipedia from when we were kids, and I think
Anyone could edit it, but like no, like
The one thing that's nice is it's nonprofit. That is.
I didn't know that.
I donate every year $5.
They don't sell out in that sense. I don't know how
It's
the
still
editing
the
works.
most
still.
traffic sites.
Really?
Oh, it's top. I don't know if it's top 5 anymore, but it's definitely top.
Oh,
10
you
still.
know who is a very nice kind of needle in the haystack is Jungle.
Jungle,
Jungle's
which I
great.
think came to be right after the Random Access Memories album when disco was back in the front face of
Jungle was
Palette.
definitely one of the first.
Jungle
yeah,
gives me hope. They're a little earlier than this, but Paper Kites I like a lot.
I'm not familiar with them.
You'd like the Paper Kites, Nabong May. They're, but yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, Jungle's actually probably one of the top.
And they're not even like a rock band. They're very more
Okay.
disco.
Yeah,
even closer to
they're-
house music, right? What did you say?
No, fuck no.
No?
They're more like R&B, pop. Yeah, I would say like pop funk maybe, pop like
Disco.
disco. Yeah, I would say that is probably the most accurate.
All right. I think we're wrapping up right now. I think to end it off, I'm gonna list you guys some like somewhat topics, and I want you guys to tell me the greatest of all time of these topics.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with the first one: 2000s indie rock.
2000s indie rock.
Can I throw out a name? Arcade Fire,
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Muse.
Muse.
Fuck.
I mean, Killers.
Strokes maybe.
Damn it! Take out my answer. It's the Strokes.
Yeah.
It's the Strokes. Every indie or rock artist like takes a bite out of the Strokes.
Although Muse is great.
Yeah,
And
Muse.
then who was the other one you said?
I said Arcade Fire.
Yeah, Arcade Fire.
Arcade
All
Fire.
great.
Because
White
Funerals,
Stripes.
White Stripes. Did you know their husband and they were divorced before they released their first album? They got married, then divorced, and they wanted to keep their private life. I actually did research on this. That they told
But
people
they respected the album enough, right? That
they told people they were brother and sister, so they didn't like people didn't question the drama. So everyone thought they were brother and sister coming out. Didn't realize they were divorcees, like making music together. It's kind of crazy.
That is
Because
cool. I
hey,
didn't know
but
that.
think about like the objective view from both of them. Like, hey, this shit, like, fuck our personal shit. Like the music we're making.
They're
is,
very
like,
private
fucking
people, so they didn't
good.
really like give a lot of their and they just made music together, like made several albums
Well,
together.
Jack White's a pretty weird dude. He's a
Yeah,
he's a
and his
strange-
wife is pretty. From what I've read, his ex-wife is pretty weird too.
super talented.
Same with Weezer's lead singer.
Oh, Rivers Cuomo
River-
has some
Rivers
mental
Cuomo,
issues. There's something
yeah.
wrong with with
That's a good one. 2000s rock band, a little more punk. but-
yeah. Next one.
Garage, I think, is the
Yeah, Garage Man. My next
Garage
topic.
rock.
MTV 80s pop artists. So like the MTV era, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean.
We're not saying Michael Jackson. I take it.
I mean, if you want to. I mean, I think
Dire Straits.
I mean that's a very niche pick. I was thinking like a Madonna or
Is
like
that the second
Tears for
video or the-
Fears or
Yeah,
like
Yeah, that's the
like
like
second
the Human
video.
League. Yeah, it's the second video.
On
Whit-
MTV.
Whitney Houston,
Whitney Houston,
Prince,
Prince is-
Guns N' Roses, AC/DC. Honestly, my favorite, Phil motherfucking Collins.
we talked about
I love Phil Collins,
Okay,
dude.
okay, we say Phil
George Michael, Bon Jovi,
We
Van
blamed him
Halen.
for the sound of the 80s.
because that type of drum is like
The gated reverb specifically.
Kate Bush,
Kate Bush.
Genesis.
Well, Genesis is Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we'll throw in all those guys.
Metallica.
Metallica wasn't really 80, like they were 80s obviously. They came out in the 80s, but like their sound is so like transcends. I don't know. I think their sound's
Bless
timeless. Like they're like their early music. I don't
Depeche Mode.
Ooh, Depeche Mode. That's a good one.
Queen is probably.
I saw some
Queen.
funny comments.
I liked them in the 70s
So
more than
we
the 80s.
talked about
personally.
this last pod,
Hmm.
and I saw some comments on when you had your take on the 80s.
People talk shit. I said 80s is the most overrated decade in
Oh,
music.
I still think that's an insane take. I think
How?
the 80s, dude, because the 80s has such an influential sound, and it influenced this generation's music, like in particular,
How?
like because they're the first ones that really used electronics like that.
And
It
I
was
think
the
that's what
first
makes their sound so
time
dated.
You saw, yeah. Well, a lot of it didn't stay.
That's why I say 7. That's why we like songs like
but that's
like
where pop started. That's where pop started. Really.
yeah. I think
Correct.
that's the decline in music.
That's-
when it
yeah, you
became
could
about
look at it that way.
identity instead about the music, and that was our argument. Is
Yeah,
that
because
in the
Steve-
80s it became more about the image, it became about the music video,
Yep.
it became what clubs they were going
Yeah, but
to,
that's
what
like
what,
that's
what
like
bottled water they
technology.
drank.
That's technology.
Yeah.
That's just like the evolution of technology.
But like and I think
70s
the
just that's
tubes-
why 70s music aged so much better than 80s music because a lot of it's organic, a lot of it's authentic. Like Stevie Wonder still sounds great today. Fucking we just talked about Rumours. Rumours still sounds great today. Dire Straits still sounds great today. The Ziggy Stardust album, like Marvin Gaye, like the Motown sounds great today. I don't know. 70s music is like the last great decade. And then after
Because it
that
was about the
and the reason why
fucking
I think
music.
90s
It was
is
about
better
the
than the
fucking
80s
music.
because 90s had Nirvana and Nirvana Nirvana kind of destroyed like the whole like
Well, that's what
80s
the
sound.
grunge era was a total revolt on this fucking
Exactly.
image-driven
Exactly.
corporate bullshit
Yep.
that had been fed down everyone's throats throughout the whole 80s. I'm sorry, I'm really passionate
Yeah.
about this, but like,
Yeah.
Fired up. Like, no, I mean, you're not wrong. I just think, well, I mean, you can look, once again, I'm not saying one's better than the other influentially. The 80s and right now, I would argue that the 80s renaissance is huge. Like, it has been for years now.
They're still
right?
playing 80s music today.
Yeah,
Like we still listen to Don't
and
Stop
there's
Believing.
also
and
like
Journey.
you've got bands like The Cure, Talking
yeah,
Heads,
and the Smiths.
the
which
Smiths,
is good
Def
music
Leppard,
released.
Pretenders, Cars, Elton
Pretenders.
John, and I
you're
know he's
sneaking
dabbled.
some
in
Alan
bad
John
ones
is more
in there.
70s. I like him more than the 70s.
I mean, I'm just going off of what Google's saying
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now too. But U2, like,
Yeah,
I'm not a
U2
huge
is one of the
U2
good
fan,
ones.
But U2's
Brian
got
Eno just has his hands all over that Roxy music. I
Bee
will put in some of the
Gees,
good
Iron
music.
Maiden, Tears for
Um,
Fears. I mean, yeah, it's not like I don't know.
I just think like 70s music for me like
Do another
sounds
one. Do another one.
okay.
I'm curious.
Just EDM artist, greatest EDM artist of all time.
I mean, once again, I don't think we can say Daft Punk.
Why not?
No,
it's just not
it's
fair.
different.
It's just different. Like you could
I
say
agree with that take.
they
as well.
paved the path. Like
They're electronic music,
But
not
they're
necessarily
not-
EDM.
Well,
They'd
they're-
even called it EDM
dude,
at the time.
EDM stands for electronic dance music.
Yeah, it's a
So-
genre. Like I agree. Do you agree with me here that with the Europeans that EDM is a genre, not like it's different than electronic music? Because like
I think EDM is the equivalent to like rock in the sense is there's like a fuck ton of different kinds of
It's like
rock.
I
I
would
would go like there's indie, there's like alternative, which is kind of indie. There's punk rock, there's like grunge. Like those are all underneath the rock genre.
Yeah.
And like with EDM, I like to think,
EDM is
and
more
I
of like
know
a
this is-
2010s. They didn't come up with that term until like
the
2010s.
2010s when the genre started.
Yes, but I think a lot of people, and I know like a lot of purists, and I know you're a purist, Jack, like they want to separate EDM as a whole thing. But when I think about it, I'm talking every form of EDM, whether it's
Like
techno,
Aphex Twin?
techno, house,
Portishead? Are we
dubstep,
calling that?
all of it underneath the EDM umbrella, just because
Massive
it's easier
Attack?
to consolidate.
I put that umbrella under electronic music. That's where I put it. Not
Electronica.
instead of calling indie EDM or like electronic or electronica.
All right, let's make it a little more specific then. 2010s EDM.
Flume.
Okay.
Flume?
Ooh. I might have to agree.
Or chain. I mean, I don't. They're not my favorite.
no,
but chain
I
smokers
would
went
never,
on a fucking
no.
run.
They're
dude.
like-
Never.
They're kind of like the sellout, like poppier
'Cause, like,
version.
Disclosure?
Disclosure?
technically, Dead Mouse is like real big commercial stuff.
What about
started
Skrillex?
later
2010s.
What
Dead
about
Mouse
Skrillex?
did a lot in the-
Strobe came out in 2010.
Yeah,
Razor
but,
Weapon
like,
came
we're
out in
talking-
2012.
Yeah, but that's he was like that was kind of the end of his run. Was the 2010s? I would argue. I don't know, dude.
He was at the beginning of the 2010s. is
Yes. Well,
what
no.
I'm
I
saying.
mean, I think like
Flume's a good answer though.
Well,
Flume is
Porter
great.
Robinson.
Porter.
Porter Robinson's like probably my top 5 favorite DJs of all time. But
Skrillex has to be mentioned.
Skrillex has to be
yeah,
mentioned.
Yeah,
Just
I
his
agree with
influence
that.
alone is
I
ridiculous.
think right now, Fred again is the best.
Yeah.
I think Fred again. I just
Yeah.
think
he's
I
crossing over. Like he's crossing over to like.
I wish
pop.
he would. I wish he would. It's weird because like normally I don't want people to make more mainstream stuff, but some of his less like complex. Like you hear his albums and sometimes it's like, all right, this is like too like out there almost. It's not like catchy enough.
And my favorite artist, I have the opposite gripe. I wish he would go more artsy with some of his stuff.
Who?
D.O.D.
Mm.
I think he's one of the most polished guys. Just makes fucking pure sounding. Like him and Calvin Harris just redid Sweet Nothings.
I think I did hear that actually.
Um,
Dude, honestly,
Calvin Harris,
is
that's a good-
probably the best answer for the
Yeah,
2000s.
That's a good answer.
And to be honest, Disclosure is
Latch alone, but that's
Ooh.
2010.
Well, no, and-
that might be 2009 actually.
well,
No, it's 2010s. It's 2010s.
Uh,
I remember because that was an introduction to Sam
ooh.
Smith.
Might be 09.
Actually, you know what's an album we should for sure review? It is
That one with Disclosure. I know the one with the two
Latch.
babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of that album? It's gonna drive me nuts. Settle.
Yeah, I know. I've actually heard that album before.
Oh, dude.
One of the only EDM albums I listened.
So good. That was one too. I was,
This one, yeah, when the fire,
dude, literally,
yeah,
Latch. When a fire starts to burn, White Noise, You and Me, right?
Yeah. But
Help
do you
me-
like the Flume
help me
remix
lose
better
my
than
mind.
do you like the Flume remix better than that? Or is that is the Flume remix?
No.
That's the original?
Help Me Lose My Mind is an original Disclosure song.
Asking about You and Me, which is a remix.
Oh, You and Me. Yes.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Help Me Lose My Mind. Yeah, I don't know I don't even know.
So Calvin Harris. Okay, I got a couple more here.
Yeah.
Piano artist.
Piano artist. Oh. Yo-Yo Ma.
John Legend.
Billy
No.
Joel.
No.
I know that's too easy.
Oh, fuck. We're going deep.
Frederick Chopin.
Elton John.
Elton John's a good one. Elton
We're
John.
talking singer-songwriters?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
are we
Not just
talking-
just fucking classical, just the best pianist.
But like obviously, I'm looking into like Billy Joel's my answer because I'm a big Billy
Paul
Joel fan.
McCartney is a great piano.
Paul
player.
McCartney?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury. He can play.
Mm-hmm.
But you know
Stevie
that,
goddamn Wonders.
actually, yeah, it's Stevie Wonder. It has
It's
to be
Stevie
Stevie.
goddamn
You're right.
Wonder.
It has to be Stevie Wonder. Honestly,
It's
that is true.
Billy
Un-
Joel.
Yeah, I was gonna throw in Billy Joel, but Stevie Wonder's. I think I'm gonna
No,
settle.
Stevie
Steve.
Wonder's definitely.
Acoustic guitar guy. Going back to John Mayer.
Bon Iver. John Mayer plays a lot of electric stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite.
But like a song like "Stop This Train" or like
Yeah. No.
Jack Johnson.
Hold Yeah.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's a great answer actually. Bob Dylan's
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look up some other singer-songwriters that are just great on guitar.
But you know what I'm talking about, like the acoustic guitar
Yes,
guy,
yes.
like.
Hey, you gotta give him his flowers. Ed Sheeran.
Edge. I was
Ed
about.
Sheeran.
I was literally about to say it.
Yeah,
Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran. Actually, there's a great live version of "Give Me Love." Have you seen that where he loops every part to it?
No.
That's
I get-
great. That's a
Hey,
very,
think
very
about
good
a
live.
business model. Like, hey, you don't have to pay any band members. You just go on stage. That's the reason why bands are dying. Is because Ed. I'm sorry. That's the. I'm sorry. That's the reason why bands are dying. Is because Ed Sheeran fucking happened.
I don't know
Is
if Ed
that-
Sheeran's
is
the
that-
only guy.
God
He's
damn
definitely
it.
an
God
influence.
damn it.
He's
No,
definitely one of the
and-
guys.
kidding me?
And when Ed
He's
Sheeran started, he
selling-
was doing like A-Team and stuff, which
I
was
love
like a
A-Team.
very
No.
That's my favorite. That's probably my
When he
favorite.
was really popping, he sold out stadiums, NFL-sized stadiums, with a pedal and a guitar.
There's a
and
lot of
his
talent
mic.
involved with that.
But that just told every fucking person, like, oh, we don't have to pay a band and a sound engineer. And
I don't know.
like
Michael Jackson was
pyrotechnics.
kind of the start of that. Like Michael Jackson was
Well,
an individual artist.
But that, I mean, you can look. You can't
No,
say
but
that
he needed a
looping
band.
was something Ed Sheeran, because like, dude, that was the
That's
thing.
been doing that
like,
for
Radiohead
forever.
was one of the first bands that like did a lot of electronic looping,
Mhm.
but it was a band, so it was okay because it wasn't just one person. That's
on
kind of your take
stage.
on it. Like, I mean, yeah. To be fair, Ed Sheeran, like his early stuff was like pretty.
Yeah, all the big
stripped
wigs
down.
said,
But I
oh,
hate
we
Shape
can
of
just
You.
have a guy that's talented with guitar, just press a pedal on his foot, and we don't
Yeah,
have
it's
to pay all
ridiculous.
these people.
You know who's amazing?
Amen. We're
You know who's
pay him.
amazing, especially with looping, is Tosh Sultana. Do you know who that is?
Is that I
Welcome
think I've
to
heard of
the
that.
Jungle.
I've heard that
The
name.
Jungle.
Yes.
I think I have a song
she's,
on it.
She's great. I want to say she's Australian, but she does that where she will literally create a whole song live on stage and create all the parts to it, and it's like, dude, that's really impressive. I'm not gonna take that away.
I'm not knocking that. My criticism is that the bigwigs in the music industry see this and say, why do we have to pay 8 to 10 times more to have this similar
They have to
act
split
that could sell
the money 5 ways too,
Yeah,
not just giving it to one person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't even know if that's it, dude. I don't know if that's the main reason. Like, I'm sure the money part is an aspect, but I also think it's like, I think to your point, if you want to like really talk about what caused it, it probably was the 80s and the frontman, right? Like, and you look at the 80s and you look at the frontman of the 80s, whether it's
Michael
Jackson,
Jackson,
whether
Freddie.
it's Freddie Mercury. I mean, and then right, like, all right, let's be real. Like, if you're not like an actual Nirvana fan, you know Kurt Cobain,
What's Chris's
Right.
last name?
Genesis,
Phil Collins and Peter
right?
Gabriel.
Like, and then I mean, even Coldplay. Chris Martin's the only fucking person.
No
you know.
doubt. There's so
You
many
know,
instances like that. No doubt. Who? Like
No
like
doubt. I mean, even Chili
Well,
Peppers. Like, it was kind of
everyone knows
weird. It
the-
wasn't.
Flea was kind of the
It
big
was
star.
Flea. It wasn't
Yeah.
Kiedis.
Yeah, Anthony Kiedis. Yeah.
You know, it was more, and then
Gerard Way is another one I could think of. My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Brandon Flowers ended
Brandon
up. Oh, Julia
Flowers.
Casablancas became the
Panic at
breakout.
the Disco, Brendan
Yeah,
Urie.
Brendan Urie, yeah.
You know,
Where
so
I
that's
think
been
the
going
first
on
two
a long
albums
time.
were the best two, and
For
just
Panic?
downhill after.
Panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are in my opinion, those are the only two albums that are good, and they're both great.
I don't. I don't get this. Harry loves like the next 2 albums, and I'm like, I don't see your vision on them. Sometimes
It's like
I'll ask,
witches and something, or
No, that's the first one. The one with I Write Sins Not Tragedies.
no,
right?
no, no,
no,
no.
no.
It's
That's-
I write in, or it's A Fever You Can't Sweat Out and Pretty Odd.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Pretty Odd
And what
were
was
the two
cool
albums.
is they literally went Beatles on the second
Yep.
album, and it was great.
Yeah. You know, I read online that was the most bizarre like change up
For
in the
sure.
band
It was
history.
a electro indie to like.
I just thought it was very safe, if anything. I thought it was like a
What do
very
you
safe.
mean? I thought it was super out there.
Replicating the Beatles?
Context-wise,
But replicating the
they
Beatles?
weren't
How's that?
really though.
Well, it just
Like-
had it literally went.
Like,
from
how do you
like,
make timeless music? Replicate the Beatles. It seems like a pretty easy formula
Well,
to me.
think a lot of people have
or
done
I
that.
could argue like just like their style did it, like as far as I know.
They
didn't
literally
say,
went
we're
from
copying the Beatles.
they went from what's it called? What's that type of style? Where
Pop
it's like-
punk emo.
Yeah, but it's like a fashion style. It's like modern meets like
Hot Topic.
well, it's like modern meets like old age, and it's called something like punk or something.
Is it not pop punk?
No,
Like
it's not a music genre though. It's called it's gonna drive me nuts. And it's like a thing. It's like steampunk or is that what it is? It's like
Steampunk's
top
like-
hats and like metal. Well, it's not
Yeah.
steampunk. It's
That's steampunk.
is it?
is
Yeah,
what you're
like
describing,
but like that wasn't even their music necessarily. But like if you look up their like tour and their album, and their shows, it was like that. It was like almost like circus meets like
yeah.
like medieval, yeah, and then they just went straight like, yo, we're straight 60s, 70s, like hippies singing about
That
like.
shit's way more timeless than their first album. I think it sounds great now. I listened
mean,
to
I
Pretty
think
Odd
both
recently.
I think A Fever You Can't Sweat Out is, it just doesn't age as well. I think, but that's like that was such an influential album for me at the time. That
Okay.
emo phase, I saw them, dude. Listen to this lineup. I saw Panic at the Disco, Dashboard Confessional, and the Plain White motherfucking Tees.
Hey there,
at a
Delilah,
show
what's it like?
when I was like
Oh, who
11.
did I see at Warped Tour? It was Panic, Glass Animals were the
Nice.
opening
But
band.
before it was
they
it
were
bef-
the opening.
was it before
Like,
what's that song? Heat Waves? Was it before Heat Waves?
sure.
yeah, but
Yeah, it
way
had to be.
before, way before.
Because they had like a
Heat
whole
Like a
10-year.
decade
They had
before.
like a 10-year
yeah,
career before Heat
probably a
Waves.
decade before Heat
Yeah.
Waves.
Same with Portugal, the man. They had a 10-year career before that
And
song.
fuck, they might have been the next act, actually, if I remember right.
Portugal, the man.
Yeah, it was
No
Glass
way.
Animals,
What are the odds?
Portugal, and then Panic.
Okay, that's a crazy lineup. Was this Warped Tour that you went to, or was it a
No,
different? It was in Arizona.
You know what was funny? It was called Rock Band 2, the video game.
That's insane.
Presents.
Because that's crazy. Because they all become. Because I'm pretty sure all those songs
Was it
ended
not-
up being on Rock Band 2. I'm pretty sure because Night in the Afternoon was on Rock Band 2.
Yeah,
that's how I
they're-
discovered Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, because I saw them for the Pretty Odd tour,
Oh,
and like
okay.
realistically, like I think A Fever You Can't Sweat Out was like I was a little too young, but I got into A Fever You Can't Sweat Out when I was about 10.
Okay.
And that was what like kicked off the emo phase, middle school,
Yep.
all that. Yeah, you got any more?
All right.
I like this.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna like this. Greatest mumble rapper of all time.
Probably. What's his name?
Are we, call-
Lifestyle.
Oh, Young Thug.
Young Thug. Yeah.
Are we calling Travis Scott mumble rap?
If you didn't say Future, I was gonna take Young Thug.
Oh, Future's. I like Future way more than Young Thug, but I just think of
Young Thug's unique though.
no, but Young Thug actually has an artistic appeal.
I agree. Yeah.
That
Well,
don't
I
think
fuck with Future
has.
so heavy though. Future's just such a. There's a really good thing I've watched recently, and it's like the snippet, and it's like all these artists talking, or all these producers and people talking about when Future got in the booth to make Gucci flip flops, and like no, it's so funny because it like Future's talking, he's like, nah, like the reason that song went so hard is he's like, I lived that. He's like, I had just fucked a
It's
bitch.
authentic.
And he's
Yeah,
like, I
a lot
walked
of it's
right down to the
authentic, yeah.
studio, and he's like, you know, gold teeth, white tee, whatever, no, Spike Lee, like whatever. And the guy in the studio that like it's like him interviewing, he's like, what the fuck are you on? Like this is so good.
That's the one thing that Not Like Us third verse when he's like you call Future that opened my eyes with like sure I may not be a fan of this type of music but it's authentic to the culture. So like a lot of this like Atlanta rap, mumble rap, like that's what the culture was moving towards, and a lot of it is authentic. So that's why I have a newfound appreciation for mumble rap. And I used to hate that type of sound. I used to anything with autotune was shit to me. Like I did not like autotune at all.
I was a late adopter to that stuff, for sure. I think Travis Scott really.
I think Travis Scott's the GOAT.
Well, I don't know about go, but he I think he made auto-tune like work because you can understand him.
A little bit, but I hate that everything you have to do with auto-tune, because he sounds fine without auto-tune. He just like it made it part of his identity to a point where I don't know, it sounds bland to me, and I really do still kind of have that prejudice against auto-tune where I'm like, dude, can you not?
I think if it's done right, it's fine. But yeah, I agree. It's not like
if you're gonna rap, fucking rap. Don't fucking use this auto-tune.
Last thing I'll say on that whole like OG artists like kind of putting their foot down with that, and it was when like Lil Pump was blowing up, right?
People were like, okay.
No, dude. So you know KOD, J. Cole's album?
Of course.
1985.
1985.
Dude,
that song was.
That song.
That's
literally just crushed him. It was like, dude, like I'm just gonna tell you how it is. Like you're riding a fad. Like my music will be great forever. Like you're gonna be on Love and Hip Hop in 5 years. Like,
and that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what.
It wasn't like a type of diss where it was bitter. He was just like he kind of like was like a little condescending, like kind of like teaching him like you feel like he was at school. Like this is you're right. This is exactly.
Like, I love to see a black man get paid.
Yeah.
Like you know, and like I see you're having fun and I respect that. But like, let me tell you about your impact. And he's like talking about. He's like, now you got all these white kids trying to be you. Not coming from the struggle, not being able to relate to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember hearing that one and being like, whew.
Yeah,
like,
because that was a big talking point on that album.
I really don't know if anybody's cooked anybody like that since then. Like, and you know,
what are you talking about?
I mean, Kendrick like us. Oh yeah.
I mean,
he did. He won that. He won that fight. He won whatever. But like, you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna.
How about Pusha T?
Like us is where he cooked him.
Pusha T. What about Pusha T shit?
Oh yeah, Drake got cooked twice after that happened.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's still on top.
Still to go. Doesn't matter. It's just discography, influence, longevity, and like to be honest,
chasing and following fads will always make you more successful than the other guy.
But he also creates it too. Like that's one thing that.
Well, yeah, that's what him and his producer have manufactured. They're able to like absolutely like capture a sound,
like the
and
best
then
rap producer of all time, Metro Boomin and 40. Yeah.
No, I'm saying follow and capture sound. Where Metro, I'd say Metro has a sound. If anything, people copy off of him. He's not following fads. Metro makes a Metro song. It's just like listening to Mark Knopfler play a guitar lick. That's Mark Knopfler.
That's the Dire Straits guitarist.
Yeah. I would say my two favorite rappers are probably Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Maybe J. Cole's like a close second in comparison to them. But the amount of times that I'm trying to be like intellectually like mind fucked.
I just want to have a good time sometimes. Yes. And Drake is like the perfect artist to just have a good time.
To be fair, like I think Good Kid, Mad City, and honestly, I love Section 80 too.
That's my favorite Kendrick album.
I love Section 80.
I think that's ironically more easy listening than his more mainstream albums.
And Damn is really good too, but it's almost like too intense at periods. And then
I don't know. DNA is still like one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life.
No. Damn has a lot of really good. And I saw Kendrick do Damn at Coachella.
Oh,
he came out in a kimono. It was cold as fuck.
Wow.
Really sick. But yeah, I mean, and To Pimp a Butterfly has some good songs, but it gets to a point where it's almost like maybe I'm just too white. Where it's like I feel like I feel like sometimes it's like
I can understand.
I can't relate to this.
Yeah.
Like, and I respect it and I appreciate it.
That's true.
But it's like I don't.
No, Drake is just white enough that.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty.
He's such a mass appeal artist. That's why so many people love him.
That's his tactic. It has been, and that
I'm
not hating on that. I'm hating on that, that he gets this artistic flair to him when he's chasing trends.
How many rappers in the mainstream? I know we have Lauryn Hill, but when he came up, how many rappers were rapping like him and singing at the same time?
None.
The Weeknd, who he copied the whole.
But was The Weeknd really known at the time the way Drake was?
No, before The Weeknd.
No,
yes.
No, but what I'm saying is he blew up off of that Toronto sound. That Toronto sound had existed.
Yeah, and he was the main guy.
He's the reason.
But he's the main guy. If it wasn't for him, who else would it be?
He's the main. I mean,
The Weeknd had its run, but The Weeknd was on fucking Drake's album.
On Degrassi. He's gonna follow a trend.
I think
and
it's
has
more
the
Young
funding
Money. I think it's more
to
Lil
blow
Wayne.
up.
His ties with
It
Lil
was
Wayne
Lil
is what blew
Wayne.
him
That
up.
was
Money,
pre Lil
Cash
Wayne.
Money.
Take Care was pre Lil Wayne.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Absolutely not, dude.
No, dude.
No, Take
There
Care
was, like-
was
there
when
was, like,
Lil
2
Wayne,
albums,
like
3
it was
albums before
forever.
that.
So
Yeah.
Forever came out 2009. He released So Far Gone in 2009, 2010 with Best I Ever Had. Then he released Thank Me Later, which also had Over and Find Your Love, which was produced by Kanye. So he definitely has a Kanye bias too. And then Take Care came out, which had Kendrick Lamar, had fucking Weeknd, which honestly that kind of introduced a lot of people to Kendrick Lamar and introduced a lot of people to fucking Weeknd through Take Care. So I don't know why you're like he has
Bro,
his
when do you-
influence, like
when
just
do you think-
objectively.
When do you think Trilogy came out?
2011, but he released those mixtapes before, like, but they didn't blow up.
They didn't blow up. That sound had existed
No.
before Take
No,
Care
dude.
came out.
So Far Gone came out, and you're right. Forever was 2008. So Far Gone was 2009.
Yeah,
That's
And
a
he was
lot.
already
It's
signed to Wayne.
2025.
yeah.
Like, and keep in mind, Forever is still considered like the greatest rap collab album or song ever.
Oh, fun
Drake,
fact.
Kanye West, Lil Wayne,
Fun fact:
and
this is the
Eminem.
only collaboration with Kanye West and Eminem. There's no collaboration with
like,
those two.
and that was 2008. The only other GOAT in this discussion is motherfucking LeBron James that this song was written about. Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
But for me, I like that song because of Eminem at the time because
Yeah.
Eminem was like.
I think all the bars are pretty good in that song. Like,
You really like Kanye's verse?
that's-
Like
I-
super bad chicks giving me McLovin.
yeah, maybe
Ran the world like Michelle's husband.
Yeah, I love Lil Wayne's verse.
I do like Lil Wayne. So my ranking is Eminem, Lil Wayne, Drake, and all the way at the bottom is Kanye,
You
which
like-
is ironic because Kanye is my favorite artist out of all of them.
You're just saying on that song.
On that song in
Okay.
particular.
Uh,
Yeah. No, you think Drake's the worst verse? I like Drake's verse.
No, I think Drake's is better than
Bro,
Kanye's.
I didn't even realize So Far Gone 2008, bro.
Yeah, that was.
And he had, and keep in mind, he
But
had
that-
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas?
successful Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
I'm going
keep,
in.
Hey, keep in mind, guys, I'm talking about Take Care for that Toronto sound. Forever
Oh,
is
and by the
not
way-
that fucking
by the
Toronto
way,
sound.
But that blew up
ready?
Drake.
Guess when Trilogy came out? 2012. Guess when Take Care came out?
But
2011.
Trilogy was a series of mixtapes.
No, it was a
coming out.
collaboration of 3 different mixtapes
came out
added
earlier.
together.
Yeah, that's true.
Which all came out before.
But they're not even like comparable. The
Yeah.
Weeknd's not even a rapper. He's like,
Wasn't Drake cited saying like, yeah, Future was one of his biggest influences coming out with Take Care? Like, I thought this
I
was
don't
like
think Future was a
big
thing
of
at the time.
I thought this was a big.
I don't think Future was a
narrative.
thing at the time.
Future?
Not Future. You mean The Weeknd?
That's what I meant to say.
Oh.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, that is true.
I
That,
could
that's what
see
I'm saying.
that.
That
It's
is
like
true.
The Weeknd was
but
definitely.
did
like,
people
a
know
big-
The Weeknd? I think a lot of people
No,
were
but-
introduced to The Weeknd through Take Care
My
with
favorite
Crew
Weeknd,
Love.
my favorite Weeknd album is
Yeah,
Trilogy.
but
by far.
all my argument
I-
is
I like the
this
newer
is
stuff.
not
I like the
original
pop
sound.
stuff.
I mean,
personally.
I would say, what's it called? Starboy's like
Like Blinding Lights
pretty
is my
much
shit.
So you-
perfect.
Drake is definitely a great baton passer to the public.
No, dude.
And
But
that's
he's
kinda-
not an innovator.
Dude, yeah, he is. Yes,
like
he
I
is.
do I have to say who was like
No,
in the
he'll-
mainstream singing like an R&B artist?
Bodman, the same that go Bodman, taking the English accent, taking it to the
Like
mainstream
rapping
man.
like Wayne and singing like an R&B artist.
Yeah,
and
like,
not only
he's
singing, he
definitely
has such a
taken-
unique flair of singing. Like he's like sing rapping in a way. Like how many
Dude,
artists
like,
are doing?
He's also.
I think
really-
808s and Heartbreak is what
You're
influenced
such
Drake.
a
You know?
Lauryn Hill fan. You're saying this guy really.
But who was listening
started
to Lauryn
singing-
Hill at that time?
Everyone. It was a platinum album. No.
Everyone? Like, did you? I've never heard of Lauryn Hill at the time. I'm just
Oh, she was-
stupid.
she was a little
I'm this
before our
stupid
time.
10-year-old kid
Yeah,
who's
she was
just
a little
listening
before
to
our
like whatever's
Well,
popular.
You've heard of their trio.
I've never heard of the
Quiet
Fugees.
Class. The
I never heard of
Fugees?
Fugees at the time.
you've heard their
I had a fucking.
songs.
I learned it through the internet. Like I learned it through just discovering more music. But my mainstream ass listening to only Billboard shit on the radio. I listened to Wayne.
Sure.
Listened to. I was already a Wayne fan.
Sure, Drake.
Listen
From
to
that
Drake.
perspective, Drake is pushing boundaries.
Yeah, and a lot of people are coming from that perspective.
I
A lot of
think-
people are dumb idiots who are.
Same way Madonna pushed boundaries.
And
From
Well,
a pop star
but I
perspective,
want you to- I
but
want you to-
musically,
hold on.
I
Just
no,
just
wait.
look. Just look. So where he started, right? Like here, and he doesn't even make music like this anymore.
No.
And then take.
I like this album a
Yeah,
lot. by the
Take
way.
Care
Think Me
happened
Later
because
is good.
he
And
hopped
then-
on that
yo,
Toronto
stop,
sound.
stop.
His producer was on that.
Chill.
Chill.
Just let me finish. Then he goes complete sad R&B, right? Nothing
And
was the same.
It sucked. Well, he was already doing that on Take Care, like Marvin's Room, Practice.
It was
like,
half and half though. The rest was hype. As
like
fuck.
Shots for Me. Like
Bruh.
Charge for Me is a straight
Dude,
R&B song.
Dude,
Yeah, Party
don't-
Next Door
don't
had
get
been
it
doing this.
twisted,
The
bro.
Weeknd had
No,
been
Party
doing
Next Door
this.
was signed to his label. You can't say that. Party Next Door is a Drake baby. Come on.
Yes, Party
Yeah.
Next Door is literally all Drake. He just came out with a new fucking album with him. So it goes from that, which was a mixture of Sad Boy to hype shit.
You're right, but that
right?
was like the
Then it
start.
goes
Like
Sad
Take Care was
Boy. Then he goes, I'm gonna play some fucking
hate this album.
bangers.
I personally
How
hate.
do you hate this
it's
album?
boring as
it
fuck.
goes hard as fuck. What do you mean? Every
I
song.
don't know. That's when
and
Drake.
then,
That's
and
when
then
I
he goes,
thought.
I'm gonna get on the mumble rap.
Hate
trend,
that shit.
Right?
Yeah, he's following trends this whole time. You're
This
just
is what-
describing
for-
him following the trend a year and a half
Yeah.
behind.
No,
everything.
this is my perspective on Drake. I like Take Care, and yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I like Tuscan Leather, but other than that, I think that album boring as fuck. And then Drake just goes on a steep decline, and he has a couple good songs on every album. But Drake, yeah, this album's trash. Yeah. And then fake like More Life. Yeah, this album's trash too. You can keep
Yeah,
going.
keep
Every
following
album.
trends.
These are the top fucking albums of those. Well, maybe not the other.
Maybe
ones,
most listened
but
to, but for me personally, I thought the quality. This is when Drake became
How does
the
that
more.
not play into this discussion? The most listened to. That means the most people like this.
Yeah, good
Not
for them, but not for
necessarily.
me. I'm just telling
What
you
do
my
you
opinion.
mean?
I just think views was
If
when the
something's
decline.
fed into
Yeah.
the troughs, they're gonna eat it. No,
Like, and then everything just. Yeah, I never took Drake seriously after that. I was like,
Yeah.
Drake is like the sellout
The
bullshit.
pigs will eat if it's
like
fed.
that. But I'm telling you, Drake had merit initially. I can't say all of it's trash because Take Care is a legitimate classic. Like it's like it ushered in a new sound, and nothing was the same. Ushered in a new sound. I just fucking think it's boring as shit. And then after that, I think everything's just boring, vapid, like sellout pop bullshit. And I like a song or two every now and then from an album, but yeah, I never took Drake. That's why, and I was introduced
I
to
don't hate that take.
and
don't
I was
hate that
introduced to Kendrick at this time, so I was already in this like
Kendrick
pretentious ass, like higher thinking, like oh, music has to be with a message type shit. And I admit I was a little pretentious, but you know that's where my mind was in musically, and that's kind of why I take a lot of music more seriously because of Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, and then Drake was kind of like this poster boy for the sellout bullshit. So that's why I kind of had this like.
not until the beef. I don't think.
I think the beef people started like calling Drake good again. I don't know, but that's my opinion on Drake.
It's you guys are obviously entitled to your opinion,
Yeah.
but like there's also something to be said about the masses liking something, and I agree. I'm not like the
If
king of
that by
loving
that logic, then
mainstream.
Pitbull's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Then
same-
Flo Rida's one of the greats.
Yeah. Same way. Guns
Nickelback's
N'
one of the
Roses.
great. Yeah,
Nickelback, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, you're Guns N' Roses disrespect. He hates Guns N' Roses.
I
which-
don't like Guns N' Roses. That much
you
either.
both are fucking crazy on that shit. Appetite
No,
for
it's
His
just-
Cousin
it's
is fucking
songs,
great.
vapid.
You all crazy. Sweet Child O' Mine's a top 20 song
Guns
of
N'
all
Roses
time.
sings about the same things the mumble rappers do.
But you guys are tripping on Sweet Child O' Mine. That song's so legendary.
Yes, of course that song is.
And Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, and all, like
Nah,
November
no,
Rain.
Paradise City, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I'll give you Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child O' Mine.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'm on an island here, but bro, Guns N' Roses
the fuck
are
out
one of the
here,
greatest bands of all
Paradise
time.
Oh,
I know you guys like if we're talking about
is gain and the gas
Yeah.
pity.
it's fucking fine. You guys
not
just
on
hating. You guys just hating on Guns N' Roses on Axl Rose's voice. Like how Slash not one of the greatest guitarists of all time?
no,
Sure,
you know,
I'll
you know
agree with
who's,
that.
You know who's 1,000 times better as AC/DC. 1,000 times.
Yeah, honestly, I listened to Back in Black recently. That album's fucking no skips.
Yeah,
No skips. And that's the second that's the second most sold album of all time.
I believe it.
And the first is this is how it goes. The first is Thriller with 70 million, and then second is Back to Black with 40 million. The only album to in the past 20 to 30 years to get close to it is Adele, only sold 30 million. So in other words, nothing is outselling
And
Michael
that was-
Jackson's Thriller ever.
And that was in the internet time.
Well, illegal streaming was like, people weren't buying albums
Yeah, I was
anymore.
gonna say a lot of that has to do with the fact that people don't buy albums anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
So
because who's the most streamed artist? Is it Ed Sheeran?
let's look it up. I mean,
Or is it Bad Bunny?
Wanna
I know
make
Bad
it
Bunny
make it
is
Ed
up there,
Sheeran.
dude.
Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber?
No, it's not Justin Bieber.
Well, he has like a few with some of the highest streamed songs.
Yeah, but like I think it's. I know it's not Drake. I want to say Drake's top 10.
you guess the number one. Can you guys guess?
Ed Sheeran number 1.
I don't think.
Ed Sheeran. What's your pick?
It was Ed Sheeran.
No, what's your pick?
Well,
Ed Sheeran.
I said Ed Sheeran. So
Bruno Mars.
yeah, I believe that. That's
Well,
fair. That's
Apata
fair.
and I think has surged.
Ed Sheeran's
That-
number 6
Ah,
because
there's
Ed
your
Sheeran.
boy. There's your boy.
The Weeknd.
Justin number
Yo,
3.
so indie, bro. Such
But
a
the
low
Weeknd's
No,
the,
no,
but
but
the
what I'm
Weeknd's
saying-
career trajectory, he
No.
did start out as indie.
09, 08.
He
or-
was indie.
He
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Justin
that
Bieber's
Tor-
3.
that Toronto.
He just
sound-
dropped an album. Lady Gaga.
Well,
this is an
also
interesting list.
Yeah.
Justin. Was
David
number
Guetta
2.
11 is fucking fascinating because
Great,
how did an
yeah.
EDM producer make it top 15?
I think
That's
I,
interesting.
I think Billie Eilish is
It's because of
Goated.
titanium.
She's up there.
Dingbat.
But I give that
she
a
got
lot of
robbed
credit.
at the Grammys.
I give
bro.
that a lot of credit to Phineas. I think Phineas is like kind of the
Yeah,
genius
but, like,
behind her
we're
music.
talking about groups like brother sister group, homeschooled.
A
like-
little bit of a weird, almost incestual relationship.
Yeah, but like it works. And to your point, yes. Like, but the thing is also Billie Eilish is one of the greatest voices of modern music.
I'm not a fan of her voice
Her
personally.
range is incredible.
And she gets a
but
lot of
many
Frank Ocean
takes.
influence.
What
And she'll admit it. Many takes.
takes?
She does a lot of takes for her songs.
Yeah, but she's great live.
hmm
She's great
Yeah.
live.
But yeah, she has a lot of Frank Ocean influence too, and a lot of Drake influence. Like
she's
that,
got
this
a
kind
lot
of like the sadder
who
type.
actually is.
Has she done Birds of a Feather live?
Have you seen? Well, of course she has.
Yeah, dude.
That's her biggest song
dude,
ever.
Do you know When the Party's Over is 2 different octaves, and she does that live, no music. She loops herself harmonizing, like the, and it's her humming in front of like
More
tens
example
of thousands
for the
of
music
people.
industry saying, "Why do we need bands?"
Well, I would argue if we had more artists like Billie Eilish, we really wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean Coldplay's fifth.
What
I
do
mean,
we
you got to give him
want?
credit. You got to give Coldplay
Well, but
credit.
keep in mind, Phineas also like produces all the music too.
Yeah.
And, like
And he
that's-
does his own solo work, which isn't as popular, which I think is
it's
underrated.
Good. I like his music. Drake, David Guetta, Bad Bunny, Steve.
How come Coldplay number 5? How are we not talking about
Well,
that? That's
I
ridiculous.
do think this is very much based on most recent
Yeah,
things.
you're right.
Right?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I would say Bruno Mars at 1 is fair
'Cause
because
the
he
reason
hasn't
why-
dropped anything too recent. I guess he did that
No,
one single.
Apatipata and when
Yeah, you're right.
Die with a
with
Smile.
Lady Die with a Smile.
You're right.
Yeah, like he's
But then,
has
like,
been.
Bieber's at 3 because of his new album.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yes.
You think he's just that big?
I think a lot of this is carried. Like the reason why David Guetta is there is because Titanium is just such a gigantic song.
Well, David Guetta went on a run, dude, back in the day.
Sexy
Correct,
bitch.
but we're talking the top like of Titanium. How many billions?
She's bigger.
she should
12
she should be number 1,
way
honestly.
higher
Yeah,
right
Sabrina
now.
just dropped
so
a
should Tate McRae and SZA. Like those are Post Malone went on a fucking tear, and now he's kind of getting too country.
See, come on, K-pop Demon Hunters is on this list. Like, come on, like, are we
Of
really?
most
Yeah,
streamed?
Tate McRae,
Black Eyed Peas, bro.
Benson Boone. Oh, this is such.
Yeah, I was gonna say this list. Yeah, enjoy your fucking Wikipedia, dude. This shit is so
No, this
not
is
right.
Don't disrespect my
Well, it's just
Wikipedia.
monthly. It's just based
This
on
is like my
monthly
Bible,
listeners.
man.
But that's just
The
based on
most
monthly,
monthly
listeners.
listeners.
Who doesn't listen to
Like,
you know
say
a
on that
Bruno
real
Mars
quick.
song,
I'm
right?
trying
Or
to
have
think.
them as a listener.
Would ChatGPT give an accurate answer?
No.
Look at this. As of September 25, the most streamed artist.
Yeah, I'm surprised she wasn't even. Yeah, she
Taylor
wasn't even on
Swift.
that list. That's fucking
Is
ridiculous.
she on Spotify?
Taylor Swift?
Is she back on?
Oh, actually.
Wait,
I don't
did
know
she
what
get
the
off for a
album-
sec?
Yeah,
I didn't
she
know that.
was off for a sec.
Nah, I'd be
Yeah, because of her
shocked if
fucking
she-
label dispute and shit.
Yeah, no. She's
Yeah, she's on.
She's back on.
She's about to drop an album, and Travis
But she
Kelce is
wasn't
about to have
even
a
in the
career
top
year.
50. So that's not accurate.
Well, how many songs on Spotify does or over Billy?
Oh, probably half her discography. Are you kidding me?
Is it?
I don't know about that, but she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh my God.
She's got 9.
Basically
least.
10.
At least, yeah, basically 10. One with 962 million.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I think we should wrap this up with
Yeah.
one more
Yes.
topic.
Yes.
The greatest one-hit wonder of all time. Can I throw it up an
Yeah.
answer? You Get What You Give, the New Radicals. You know that
Ooh,
one?
That is a good one.
That's like that's one of my most listened to songs. I think that's up there. And
I'm
it's
too sexy. I just have a soft spot for.
Yeah.
it's because it's like autobiographical for you.
No,
yeah.
I find it a fun, funky song
Um,
that doesn't
sexy
really
for
care.
my shit.
That's
Really?
like the epitome of '90s like corn. Like I put that in the same like Barbie girl. Like those are the
Yeah,
same
Those are good.
conversation.
That's a one-hit wonder, though.
Yeah, one hit wonder.
I think Come On Eileen, probably.
That's yours.
Yeah.
So, Right Said Fred, fucking New Radicals, and Dexy's Midnight Runners. Honestly, that's a good answer.
Too sexy for my
Well,
sword.
I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
Definitely. Got a little heated.
Yeah, because Drake gets triggered. Hey, Drake can push some buttons, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Other than that, you guys, I think we're good here. You
Yeah,
guys have a
thanks.
good day. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.